But enough of this palaver. Let's get the show on the road.
Welcome to the Opie and Anthony Show.
Hi, another week.
Another week. It's World Series week, my friend.
That's true.
We got around-the-clock coverage. We got Yankee coverage for everybody. We've been up all night.
Yes, all-nighter.
Just getting interviews and what's not for our radio show.
Really?
This is your exclusive New York Yankee
Has that happened?
radio show.
I doubt it.
I see you're wearing a Yankee hat there, so congratulations on an order.
Yes. I figure I usually, have some type of urban warfare, racist, whatever hat on.
Yeah.
But decided to,
Well, you got a lot of Yankee colors on.
Not a Yankee color. Well, this I just grabbed out of the closet. I'm in civilian wear for the most part.
Yeah, you look
today.
like you're not going to, shoot up the whole office today, so that's good for all of us.
Yeah. Figured I'd, show a little support
I see
on the
that.
off hours.
I didn't make it to the end of the game, so it was 5-2.
No.
5-2 win for the Yankees.
Yeah, very good. Shut up, bandwagons. Just stop it.
I'm Billy Bandwagon. You bet I hop back on.
Yeah, Jimmy
Where
just...
were you when they weren't doing good? I wasn't watching. That's where I was. Getting blown, doing fun things. Where were you?
That's exactly it.
I wasn't there.
Jimmy just started watching the Yankees again. Literally like 3 games ago, I think, right?
It was around the playoffs. I just was like...
Started taking a little peek here and there.
Oh,
Because
was
Ant was
funny.
coming in so psyched about it. It was like, it was hard.
Gotta check it out.
But I stopped watching for a reason. You're fair weather. Yes, I am. Yes,
A fan weather, didn't you say?
Fair weather.
Okay. It almost sounded like a fan weather.
People are like, oh, yeah, Anthony, where were you, like, the past few years? It's like, I watched the games, but there was nothing to come in here for and go, wow, that was great. Did you see him fucking, win?
I
Did you see
didn't.
him drop fucking 8 in a row? Did you see him, who cared?
What have they been up to? I haven't seen the boys since they lost to Randy Johnson and the Arizona Diamondbacks in 2001. You know what? It's really easy to be a fan when they're doing good. Yes, it is. And it's fun.
Are you trying to say there's people out there that actually listen to the show a couple hours here and there and think they know everything about us? Fucking assholes.
It's hysterical.
I love when they think that watching guys. Well, I watched those 9 men play with that ball when they weren't good at it. Shut your fucking faces.
when they weren't good at
I'm back when they're in the fucking championship, stupid ass.
it. Jimmy.
Kiss my bottom.
God damn.
But what do they know truly about you as a sports fan,
Nothing.
Yeah, I know.
Exactly.
Wow, yeah. The revolving monk. He hates my baseball tweets
Why?
that I send out during game time. I don't know.
What were
I
some of the
think
tweets? What were some of the
I
tweets?
think I'm just like everybody else. I'm entitled to.
Some bad tweets.
No, I'm entitled to my own fucking tweets.
That's true.
Fuck everybody. I just put it first. Okay, let's end it tonight. Yankees, let's go.
What's wrong with that?
There's nothing wrong with that. And I said, well, that was a dodgy inning.
What's wrong with that?
Nothing. And then I put, oh, fucking no, not Jabba. Please, you dumb fuck. Not that fat-ass choke master. Here come the Angels.
What's wrong with that?
And then I was like, okay, Jabba did the job. But Matsui needs to be loaded into a B-29 and dropped back on Japan.
Well, that's a little rough.
All right, maybe.
If you were working for ESPN, they would fire you for that one.
And then somebody was bitching to me, said, hey, Mr. Baseball, it's Posada who's killing the Yanks. Wake up and watch the game. And I just said, Posada's been hitting you, ass. And he has been. Posada's been doing a better job than fucking Matsui at the plate.
Last night, Posada was great because Yankees needed a bunch of double plays, and Posada was right there.
I know. Look, I wasn't talking about last night's game. I understand that. I was watching. But for the most part, between Matsui and Posada stepping up to the plate, I've seen Posada perform better than Matsui in the past couple of series.
Right.
I'm not talking about the season. I'm not talking about anything. I'm talking about, especially, when they were playing the Twins and shit like that. Matsui just hasn't been there. Joe Buck, the announcer, Joe Buck needs to get AIDS with his jinx fucking stats.
Wait, you're still reading tweets?
Yes.
That might be the problem. You might over-tweet it.
Well, it's during the game.
Every inning, did you do one?
No.
All right, keep
a
going.
Few, but
I mean,
the game
they're
is on.
fine tweets.
Well, fuck them.
I think I might have to start following you.
Fuck them all. Yeah, Joe Buck. I hate when he's like, well, here's a guy, oh my God, for the Angels, hasn't had a home run since 1962. Boy, there's no way he's going to get a home run. It's shit like that always happens. Mm-hmm. Never fucking fails.
Yeah, just keep your mouth shut.
The jinxer of all things. And then, then I got the Posada thing where it said, yeah, dickhead, he's hit into 2 inning-ending double plays tonight. I said, yeah, I'm not talking about just tonight, fag. Had to call the guy a fag.
Absolutely.
He was getting on me. And I put, the Yankees win, Sterling, ugh. And then Philly started getting on me. All the Philly fans start getting on me going, well, you could beat the Angels. And not even sweep them, but now my Phillies are going to chew you up.
See,
so I wrote, fuck you, Philly trash-ass dickbags. We just beat the dead guy team. They played for a dead guy and lost. I can't wait to watch your city burn. Problem?
Well, it would only burn if they won the World Series.
Well, no.
If they don't win the World Series, then they go home sad.
No, win or
Everyone
lose.
goes home sad.
Win or lose, Philly burns. It's that type of fucking demo.
But see, that's what it is. It's like to be a sports fan. Now you're going to have Philly attacking you all week.
Well, then I write stuff like this. Fuck off, Philly. We're not Tampa Bay. Because he kept going, oh, we did this. We're not Tampa Bay. Have fun. Because one guy said, our dynasty. I said, have fun with your one championship dynasty.
You're taking on Philly? You're taking on the whole city now.
Taking on the city.
Anthony versus Philly.
And then some guy says, we have 2. You don't even know what you're talking about. And I said, dynasty is in a row, asshole. You don't know what you're talking about. And I put, maybe we got off on the wrong foot. I'm sorry.
You might need a blog. That's a lot of tweeting.
Then last one of the night was,
all right.
Well, I could, but I just...
Last one of the night. What was the last one?
And now you won't hear from me. It's during the game. Last one of the night was Ronnie B can take all the Philly dicks in his ass.
Wow.
Because apparently Mr. Bennington...
He's a Philly guy.
Big Philly guy. And it's on. Now it's on.
It is on.
That's what I say. Gang, gang, gang.
Can you imagine if Ron were such a big Phillies fan? that he were found with one after the other Phillies just fucking his rump. How would you get them all into one place?
And it's not gay because he's just a fan. Just a fan of the baseball team.
But why would they be willing to do it?
Exactly.
He likes the team. Well, let's fuck his ass.
He is a fun guy. Maybe, not so much for gay or for looks or anything like that, but maybe they just enjoy his personality so much they want to stick a dick in his ass.
Maybe.
Wow, Anthony, that's fighting words.
What?
That's fighting words. Ronnie's not going to be happy about that.
The entire Philadelphia Phillies can fuck Ron Bennington in the asshole as fighting words?
He's not going to be happy about that.
Bottom. It's probably nice to fuck.
It's in cushy.
Ron's probably a secret pushbacker.
Jesus.
You think he's not going to like it, and all of a sudden you feel him pushing back a little.
Oh, Ronnie,
you're a feisty one.
You like it?
What did Ronnie do to you?
He's a Philly
what did he
fan.
do to you?
This isn't very personal. It's just.
It's kind of personal when you want the whole team to fuck him in the ass. That's kind of personal.
Look, it's figuratively speaking.
All right, good.
I want him to figuratively fuck him in the ass.
This is how the game ended yesterday with that dumb John Sterling.
Now Mariano is set. And here's the payoff. Struck him out swinging. Ball game over. American League Championship Series over. Yankees win. The Yankees win.
No home runs last night to call. So.
Good, so he couldn't ruin it. I tweeted once, and I wished I was listening to him. And there's back-to-back error, 2 bunt errors.
Oh, I know.
Thrown to first. When that pitcher lobbed that ball over that guy's head, and the one guy just dropped the ball thrown to him.
Yeah, that was another.
I've seen statues catch balls better. I wish we had John Sterling calls for those. I would be.
Yeah.
That was probably very.
Yeah, we could get some of those.
I was trying to listen to CBS Radio online, but you can't listen to 880.
Why?
I don't know.
I don't know.
You can listen to K-Rock.
What are you talking about? You can't listen to 880.
I couldn't find an online stream.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Oh, that's weird.
That was a great throw, though.
Why
The
would you
pitcher just kind of, here, let's give it to the stands. There's a happy young fan.
Was it a girl's throw or a left? A guy throwing lefty when his right arm is broken?
It looked like he thought he was a lot further away than he was or something, because he really winged it. And, wow, that was a bad one.
Yeah.
Bunts. Yeah, like he's bunting. He's setting up for the bunt, and you're like, oh, okay. Here comes a bunt. Hope it works out well. And they just fuck it up completely.
Did you see the next play that he had to make to first?
Oh,
Where
he fired the fucking
he threw
ball.
a 100-mile-an-hour fastball to the first baseman.
He threw that fucking ball.
Nice. Let's go to the phones. They're lit. Rape Kit, what do you got, buddy?
Oh, boy. I'm a Mets fan, and as a true Mets fan, I'm not watching this World Series.
No, well, Ann and I were talking about that. I'm a Mets fan as well. No, I mean, I'm not a hardcore baseball fan these days. I can't really front about that shit. But I am a Mets fan, and it's tough because the Phillies are in the Mets division, and if you're a Mets fan, you don't really jump and start rooting for the Yankees. It's a tough one. It really is.
Just root for a safe series.
Just
Like-
hope everyone gets out healthy.
Like in the end, I don't think I'm sitting there like jumping up and down either way. You know, I mean, I got some roots in Philly now, but that's not enough to be all out. Let's go Phillies. I think I want the Phillies over the Yankees though, but it's like you said, there's no win there for us.
I don't know.
I'm gonna be honest with all you guys. It's all about the fact that the Phillies are obviously division rivals, and I can't stand the Yankee fans. It's the asshole, the Yankee fans that pretend, not like you and Jimmy, but the ones that pretend to be these real Yankee fans, and all they want to do is stuff it in your face. The Giant game last night, there was more Yankee fans there than Giant fans.
Right.
They were screaming louder for the Yankees than when the Giants did good, and it's like garbage. I don't want to fucking
I would watch the Mets though. Like if the
No,
Yankees weren't in it,
see.
I would sit and watch the Mets and be interested in the games and stuff. It's not like, oh fuck, the Yankees.
Wait, would you
are
be
out.
rooting for the Mets though?
I would be.
See, here's the
I
problem.
wouldn't be freaking out like, oh my god,
No,
I want
but
the Mets to win.
Here's the problem being
being
a Mets fan. Now you guys get what, 27 World Series, I think. How many?
Yeah. There will be.
They're going for 27?
Yeah, yes.
Okay, they're going for 27 World Series. So as New Yorkers, I guess, if we're supposed to maybe start leaning toward rooting the Yankees on, right? But you motherfuckers will use that against us starting next year. So fuck you.
No, I'm not saying.
Exactly.
Oh, shut up! I just bounced you out of the room. By the way, you prick.
Yeah, thanks a lot for doing that. I don't know why.
Why are you
I'll
bouncing
let you-
him just because he's a fucking baseball fan?
I'll let you back
Yeah.
in.
Thank you. Thank you.
Because that's what it comes down to in the end. You guys trick us. Like, all right, we'll root for your Yankees. And then starting next year, when we get into those heated Met versus Yankee discussions, you're going to fucking use it against us.
Yeah. No, it's here's what it is. I'll watch with interest. I'll watch with
Interest.
Like, I'll be very
I love
interested.
this World Series matchup.
But
love it.
Yeah, but like I'm saying, Yankees. That's like the team I enjoy watching. But if the Mets are in it, I'm going to watch it and be interested. If it was two fucking teams, if it was the fucking
No, you're not. You're missing
two
his
teams
point.
I could give a shit
Hold on,
about,
you're missing his point. He's going to watch.
then I wouldn't even watch it.
He's going to watch.
He said, "I'm a Met fan. I'm not watching the
Rape
World
Kid,
Series."
are you watching the World Series?
No,
Oh,
was
okay.
serious.
He's not even
This is
watching?
the first
That's-
World
No.
Series I am
All right, listen.
See?
No, fuck everybody. Let me tell you something. Rape Kid, you call us up when you go, all right, I'm watching the World Series. You're watching
Yeah.
the World Series.
If it was Angels
I'm
and
telling you,
Phillies,
I don't
I
think
wouldn't
I am.
watch. Then I would
no,
not
you
watch.
would be watching.
No, I wouldn't.
We watch the World Series
Swear to
every
God,
year.
Wouldn't watch. Maybe I tune in
You'd
for a
watch.
few minutes.
You're
here
not
and there.
staying up all night.
Not following the series.
But you watch it.
Highlights. I watch highlight clips.
You want to
Why would
watch
I give
the
a shit?
World Series? Put your hand up, Rape Kip. Show her you can do it.
See, I'm a Jets fan, and I could give two shits about what the Yankees are doing right now, and I definitely don't want to watch the Phillies win it again. So bullshit. It's bullshit.
All right. Speaking of the Jets, really quickly, they got to relax with sports in general. Sanchez was eating a hot dog late in the game yesterday.
Yeah.
There's articles all over New York. I can't believe he would actually do that. Turns out the guy, I guess, didn't eat a lot of food before the game, so he was feeling a little lightheaded, a
So
little
don't
queasy.
eat while you're playing? Why not?
So now he's like apologizing. He actually had to apologize today. And he said, I guess I should have had one of those energy bars instead. It was like all he was thinking was...
Babe Ruth used to eat hot dogs and fucking drink beer. What the fuck?
And I don't know what the point is. Why is everyone mad that he was eating a hot dog?
He's hungry.
I mean, we were kicking the Raiders' ass, but that's not a big feat this year. So what, was it showing up the Raiders that he had time to sit back and enjoy himself?
He was told he was done for the day. That's why he ate the hot dog. He was told he wasn't going to play anymore.
These guys need to stop apologizing when they don't do anything wrong. Right. I was hungry, so I ate.
Yeah.
God almighty. Where's the belligerence in America?
He had a hot dog, and then they're like, "Oh." The announcers were yelling and screaming, "Oh, that's a rookie mistake. That's a rookie mistake."
Oh yeah,
because I guess they do eat on the sidelines, but they make sure no cameras are in the area or something.
Really?
I don't know.
Why?
Or they run back to the locker room, make believe they got to take a leak.
Who are they, fucking Miss America? Don't eat in public? Who gives a shit?
Have to boys.
It's all over the sports pages. This fucking hot dog incident.
What a bunch of just what an awful.
The guy needed food.
Maybe he was deep throating it.
Yeah, he was sitting on his hot dog. Go ahead, you ready?
Speaking of that game, by the way, I just want to say, hey, Oakland, how does that donut taste? Peace.
Yeah, fucking the Raiders are really hurting this year, though. And we lost Washington with a fucking broken fibia yesterday with the bone popping out of the skin.
That's gotta hurt.
Let's say hi to Kenny in Jersey. Kenny, what's going on?
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Hey, buddy.
Hi.
Fucking Joe Buck. I can't stand that motherfucker.
He is a fucking Yankee-hating, jinxing motherfucker.
I don't know. But he was at Jeter's thing as the MC.
I don't care. He's a fucking
He seems to be good
douchebag.
friends with Jeter.
Nah, he's good friends with whoever is going to fucking put him over that day. Can't stand
fucking
Joe
forehead.
Buck with his giant fucking Neanderthal forehead.
I don't dislike him. Joe Morgan I don't like because he's a part of the Big Red Machine, and he resented the Yankees being as good as they were in the late 90s. He never liked the comparisons. He's not a Yankee guy at all, Joe Morgan. He's not like the Yankees.
Joe Buck calls a good game, though.
Yeah, he does.
Come on.
He's a jinx.
And he doesn't
but
make it about himself for the most part.
When he said Mariano never gave up a run
Yeah.
playoff in his career.
Yep.
And next hit, boom, run.
I
was like,
can't
fucking
stand
screaming.
that shit. He does it all the time. He's magical.
Yeah, but that's just coincidence.
No,
you know that.
but don't say it.
There's no voodoo when it comes to that shit. It's just
Don't
it's just
say
luck.
it. There's a guy.
just luck.
There'll be somebody up there that has not had a fucking hit the entire postseason, and he'll say,
It is weird.
Boy, they don't have much to worry about because he hasn't had a hit, and blah blah. Wham! There goes the fucking ball.
You know it's a coincidence, but it is weird because it does.
I know.
It seems to happen at the weirdest
It's
time.
infuriating.
All right, guys, punching out.
Right on, man. We got a Boston fan. Let's see what Boston's thinking of this Phillies-Yankees World Series. Jared, what's going on?
Hey, guys. How you doing?
Good.
Anthony, I got to tell you, I will be watching every single game so I can make sure that everybody sees Jim Norton on November 28th at the Wilbur Theater, wilburtheater.com for tickets.
Well, thank you.
Well,
Aren't you just a sweetie?
if that's what it takes, then I'll be watching too.
I say Yankees sweep in 4. We all know that.
All right.
Fucking Yankees sweep.
I guess
There you go.
I guess you don't have a Philly gig anytime soon.
The Philly, they'll understand. I wish I did. I'll be in fucking in the Philly market in January. They fucking please Yankees in 4.
Yeah.
Eddie St. Louis, what's up, Eddie?
Oh, hey, how you guys doing? It's funny that you start talking about Joe Buck because most of the people here hate him, but, we really shouldn't forget his old man was a classic. But there's two things I wanted to talk about. The first is I really think that the Phillies are...
Hold on a second. Why can't we forget? You're not getting away with that. Why can't we forget that his dad was a classic?
Well, because he was a drunk psychopath.
All right. I stand corrected.
Yeah, he wasn't like a goody two shoes like Mr. Joe Buck.
I
there.
stand corrected. Good.
What do you got, Eddie?
Anyway, Mark McGwire apparently just signed on to be our hitting coach, and I thought that was a really interesting development, as far as him being in exile for the last 8 years and the whole steroid controversy. And the other thing I wanted to say was I think that the Phillies are overrated. I mean, there's such a disparity between the AL and the NL. And I say this as a Cardinal fan, but I see them, I see my team. We play Pittsburgh X amount of times a year. Cincinnati, it was a horrible team. San Diego, I think the Yankees are going to smoke them. I don't think a sweep is out of question if Burnett is not a wild man and he actually shows up.
Well, you might have called the wrong show. That's like a sports radio
That was a good
phone
one.
call.
Thanks for the call there, Eddie.
Oh, it's a great phone call for sports radio.
Eddie from St. Louis, thank you. Thank you for the call.
And then they can just compare every position for the next hour. Well,
He brings up a good point about Mark McGwire coming in as the batting coach.
Well, Mark McGwire.
Guy's been away for quite a while.
Mark McGwire better get back on the steroids if he's going to show everyone how to bat, though. I'll tell you that much, because last time we saw him, he had a skinny little golfer's body.
With those little spectacles.
Right.
Almost weeping in front of Congress.
And there's no surprise, Eddie, because that's what happens. When you get into some major controversy, you just sit back for a few years and everyone forgives, and then you go back doing what you love doing.
Like Steve Phillips.
Is it a good move, Mike, you think?
I think it's a pretty good move.
Let's go to Dave in Jersey.
Dog.
Hey, what's going on? It's actually Jimmy, but hey,
Jimmy.
The Philly fans are they're disgusting. And for years now, I mean, I live in South Jersey area, but for years now, my friends, all they do is talk about championships and the Eagles, and we're going to win it. In fact, my friend sent me a text message when the Sixers got Chris Webber and said championship. It was laughable. But after 3 years of losing the NFC championship in a row, and in the fourth year losing the Super Bowl, they got beat down so bad that they finally shut the fuck up for once. And then last year, the World Series, it built some of their confidence, so they're starting to come back out of the woodwork and talk shit again. So if you're a Mets fan, I think you want the Yankees to win this year. Because otherwise, the Philly fans are, I mean, it's normal for the Yankees to win. Philly, we don't want to build that confidence.
But you hear what you're saying? That happens to almost every city. Like, I'm an Islander fan. I'm not talking shit right now. I haven't talked shit in years.
Yeah, but
as soon as we start winning again, you better believe my confidence will be up and I'll start talking shit.
Look, I will gladly watch after the World Series. It won't bother me at all to see World Series champion Philadelphia Phillies on every little African's back as they walk around the Sudan.
That's right.
Phillies,
in Philadelphia Phillies world champion T-shirts and hats.
Being declitted in Philly championship hats.
Let's go to Joe in Schenectady. Joe.
Soaking up the blood.
In the Congo War.
Yes. Someone chopping someone apart with a machete right through their shirt.
Can you dab that cleft palate with that Philadelphia Phillies championship shirt?
Joey, what do you got?
Well, you can listen to John Sterling on XM. They have the home team feed. So I mute Fox's feed and got to pause my DVR to get it synced up. But as bad as Sterling is, Joe Buck and Tim McCarver are worse.
Oh, I don't think so, man. I like how they call a baseball game. And you're right, though. I mean, if you're going to go with the radio play-by-play and watch the TV pictures, it's a pain in the ass because you do have to sync that shit up.
Yeah, you got to kind of pause.
You got to figure it out.
Go back. You got get
it just right.
Wait,
and
it's not exactly on?
Hell, fucking no. There's delays and
it's
whatever
off.
the fuck it is.
And then you got to be careful and treat the fucking remote like a crystal.
Yeah, don't even touch it.
If you ever do that, you
change channels like, oh, I got to resync this whole thing.
You've been pausing a movie for a while or something like that, and you sit down on the remote and go, fuck!
Right.
It goes to
I put it
live.
about 8 feet away from me.
That's smart. That's real smart. All right, let's go to Dave in upstate New York. Dave.
Hey, how you doing, guys? Is it curling season yet?
Why? You're sick of baseball talk?
Curling.
Sick of the baseball
Baseball
talk?
just ain't my thing, guys. I'm sorry.
Some curling?
Football.
All right, let's go to Philly finally. It's Charlie. Charlie, what do you got?
What's up, Bubba Boys?
Hey, Charlie.
Hey, man.
I was at the Helium Friday night to see Voss and Bonnie. Voss comes down, he goes, Philly, I guess you guys are pretty proud of your baseball team. Well, I'll tell you what, I hope the Dodgers beat the Yankees, and then they come back and beat your ass for the series. And everybody was silent, and then they went, you mean the Angels? Oh, Jesus Christ, I'm such an asshole.
An adult.
Yeah, but you know what? The Angels have confused a few people by now calling themselves the L.A. Angels.
Yeah, they're Anaheim. Stop it.
It used to be the California Angels when we were growing up, and they played in Anaheim. But now you see that L.A., you know, L.A. versus N.Y. messes you up a little bit. Just a little bit for us old schoolers. All right, you know, let's get our pats on the back, Anthony, here. Keith's going to help us out. Keith in San Augustine, Florida. Keith?
Hey, Hitler. Me.
Hi.
Hey.
Hey, Steve Phillips, you called the shot last week. He's no longer with ESPN. It was obvious that they had to part ways.
Well, we told you exactly how this would, work out, and it did perfectly, almost to the day.
Yeah, we pretty much said this was going to be about a week. They suspended him. They only suspend them for so the lawyers could get together in a room and look over his contract and see what kind of problems they're going to have to encounter when they do fire him. They knew right off the bat they're firing this fucking guy.
Right.
But they suspend you so they could do all the, the lawyer shit. And then that was it. He's out the fucking door. We called this because we've been there before. We know what this is like. And now he's done.
There's the big headline. You're out. Phillips is canned.
And then he went into some kind of rehab, I guess.
Well, you have to do that.
What is he going to go to FA, Fatties Anonymous?
Take
that.
Rumored that he was sleeping with many people, many women.
How much do you hate this woman?
She's a
she's a
frump.
How much do you fucking hate this woman?
Look at that picture.
Oh my
double
God!
chin.
Why would? Is that a girl? I can't even tell by that picture.
Who knows? I think it was fucking E-Rock.
Holy shit!
You weren't here for that whole discussion, I'm thinking, huh, Jimmy?
No, but I kept.
Yeah, we
up on
called
the
it
story.
too. We were like, No, I know. I'm just trying to get your opinion on the whole thing because you weren't here. We called her a frump, and you also got to know, you got to understand your position.
Yeah.
Steve Phillips had no intention of blowing up his whole life for this frump.
But she was calling the wife, and I fucking hate.
She
Look
put
at
a
that
letter on
picture
her
of
doorstep.
Holy fucking shit!
He threw his fucking career away with ESPN for that.
For that.
Can I say?
For this!
Where's the picture of her with the Star Wars guy? I want to frame that picture. There's a picture of that fucking
we
frump.
talked about it with the fucking...
With her with the fucking stormtrooper and Darth Vader.
Where she's holding the gun.
She's got the blaster in her hand.
Oh, does she look retarded?
There she is. Look at her.
How do you not look? Look at her fucking fat girl sandals.
Yeah.
She looks like me. She looks like fucking Ozzy in 1976. He was fucking Ozzy.
Jimmy, I nailed it on Friday. A young Ziggy.
Oh, dude,
A young Ziggy.
Yeah.
Then Danny found a picture, and they're pretty much wearing the same shirt and everything.
Does kind of look a little like
But
Ziggy.
she's fatter and less attractive. I'd rather fuck Ziggy. Yuck.
Yeah, look.
Wow.
He threw it all away.
Yeah.
But he had a history of this shit, so that's like...
Yeah.
But she really believed that Mr. Phillips loved her.
Look at her holding the blaster like, hey,
her.
look, I'm in Star Wars.
Do you think Phillips is embarrassed that the world knows he was
tapping
that shit?
Dude, if they show
He's
pictures of
probably more-
Ivanka Trump, you're like, all right, I can live with that.
Exactly.
That thing?
He can live with the fact that his marriage is over. He's going to lose millions, but he doesn't want his friends to know that he was tapping that.
It's like, oh my God, they found out I was fucking Scarlett Johansson. Motherfuck me.
Right.
You know, but ugh. Look at that. Ugh.
Oh, even her name is awful.
Oh,
she's holding a baseball mitt.
fucking girl, man. I mean, there's nothing wrong with being a little big, but
Yes, there is.
No, she son's 14. She should be helping him put something in his truck as he's moving out of his fucking house. Or his office. Yeah. Could you help me with my desk? Would you? Thank you.
Dude, she's fucking horrendous looking.
Oh, she belongs in a pit trying to fucking crawl out with her fingernails popping off.
My mother will pay you. Yuck.
She is a wreck. And that's what his buddy's gotta go, dude, what the fuck are you thinking?
Fuck,
You know
dude?
his pals are just like, dude, what the fuck are you thinking? Look at her. Stop it.
there's nothing like feminine on her, man.
She's
Her
terrible.
hair is horrible. Her chin's not feminine.
You know what it
her
is?
cheeks aren't feminine.
She's got to give a real spitty, hand-twisty blowjob.
Yeah.
She must give a real fucking wet, twisty-handed blowjob.
That's what happens when you fuck someone at work. That's why we don't have female interns. Because
Yes.
we'll try to fuck them.
Yeah, of course.
And we know better.
Yeah, some of the guys, too. Why not?
Absolutely.
Scott and Hot Pog, Jimmy, please hang up the Star Wars picture on your Leno set.
Oh, God.
Put it on the Leno set in the background.
You really should.
Dude, I really
Aren't
would.
you doing one of those this week?
I'm doing one Thursday, yeah.
Fucking get that picture up
That
there.
picture's fantastic.
It's a great night to do it, too. Game 2 of the World Series.
Are you serious?
None I can do it. Sweeps
God
week.
damn it.
You know.
Oh, that's funny.
You were good on panel.
Thank you.
Very good on panel. They're going to mix up the panel, though.
Yeah, they're keeping some kind of consistency. I mean, as long as they don't mix me up, I'm happy. Just trying to look pouty.
No. This is what I was going to write you, Jimmy. They got to get all comics on that panel. Fuck the regular Joe. Every other channel's doing the regular Joe panel thing. Get the funny guys to fuck around.
Yeah, I heard they may be switching it up a little bit. I mean, all of us will probably move around.
The Huffington broad was cool to see the first time. I didn't need to see her again. Fucking Baldwin, I definitely don't need to see him again. And McCain, hot to look at, but you shined on that thing. And I'm thinking, Jay, just get a bunch of comedians that are funny and could really riff on these topics, and you're going to have a hit, segment right there.
How much are you charging? Consultation fee. Consulting now.
That's a freebie.
Ooh,
I like Jay.
Ooh, right. Take it on the arm.
But don't you think, Jimmy?
Yeah, I would like to see them mix it up as long as I don't get booted out. But they're going to mix it up. I know they're going to.
No, you're not.
Their second time.
You're not the problem. Not that there was a problem. It still was an okay segment, but I just think it would be so much better with comics.
Yeah.
Guys that just know how to riff off those topics like that.
I don't know. They made it weird. Like
you were comfortable, and everyone else was looking at their paper like, "Oh God, I hope this works."
Someone told me they played my audio on Rush.
Yeah,
because I smashed Sharpton.
Hey, can we get
really?
that?
Wow.
Did the guys get that down the hall, the Rush Limbaugh thing? 'Cause
I didn't hear. It was just a quick play. It was
but people were tweeting that like crazy. Like I like to say,
Sharpton.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's cool. He's on Limbaugh's radar.
Yeah.
But people don't beat him up enough.
Trashing Sharpton.
That's what every comic should do. Attack Sharpton. He should be attacked by everybody.
Yeah.
And, E-Rock, give me Norton's appearance on Leno, because now we got to play the Sharpton line you had. It was very good.
Thank you.
You want to take a break and we'll continue?
Oh, yeah. Why not?
We have another sports story. You hear about the taco thing? Everyone's got to just fucking relax. Everyone's got to fucking relax.
What happened with the taco?
Perfect, I got you.
What happened?
That means people out there want to know, too.
People upset at the Taco Bell Black Taco?
What?
Is that it?
Is there a black taco?
Yeah, the black taco shell.
They're upset about that?
I don't know. I was just saying. I know some people are.
Really?
Some websites I go to. Some websites I frequent.
That's how you know someone's a racist. when a taco shell change bothers them.
See, it's the blackjack taco, 89 cents.
Jared in Boston saying my idea is a tough crowd, but sure, whatever.
Why wouldn't it be? Take it, Jay.
Go ahead, Jay. I saw him last night being snarky. Colin.
Snarky.
Chris Rock and Robin were there. A bunch of big comics.
There you go.
All at the table talking.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
Why, really? Yeah.
Robin? Oh.
Yeah, he was mellow, though.
Was he? Oh.
Well, he's had the heart thing, so he's probably...
Yeah, was he?
He didn't go on, but...
Was he looking healthy?
Looks great, yeah. He's on tour. He's just taking a night off.
Yeah. He's an animal. I've seen him in the park biking
Literally,
his balls
you see his
off.
hair?
Yeah.
Yeah, no kidding. He looks like a fucking monkey on a bike.
We talked a lot about boxing and stuff like that. He's a big sports guy. Well, fun. Yeah.
Look at you.
MMA.
You were hobnobbing.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah. I wanted to ask how the chest was. I didn't. And then Chris Rock walked up and just said hello and went, "Hey, not dead." That was what he called him.
You said that to Robin Williams.
Yeah, friend. Hey, not dead.
That's awesome. What pricks you guys.
Hey, not dead.
Comics are all just pricks to each other.
That made me laugh.
Hey, not dead. Wow.
He's giving some award. Chris is giving some award to Cosby tonight. Robin didn't go on. Chris did. He's doing some Kennedy Center honors
Biggest
thing.
bore.
Cosby was a good comedian, but now he is just, now that he's wearing the sunglasses, he's just become an ass.
Sunglasses, and it's now he only shows up when they call him Dr. William H. Cosby Jr. Luther King.
It really is silly.
I have no idea. He's always doctor.
You're not a doctor.
Not. You got an honorary fucking degree from someplace because you tell jokes.
You made a voice from a guy who went hibba on Fat Albert.
Yeah, stop it.
And now we're not allowed to see that. What aren't we allowed to see because of Cosby? Was it the Little Rascals he bought?
That was a rumor, though.
That was never true?
No, that was never true.
Oh.
He never bought the Little Rascals and then just tucked them away in a vault. That was all. That was a rumor.
I fucking learned something today.
Yeah.
We're also going to talk about Joe Jackson, and he's got some things to say this morning as well about Michael Jackson and that damn movie.
And Reverend
Very
Al
interesting.
was saying something about Joe Jackson.
Yes, he was.
All right, we got lots to do today.
I'm still worried about your taco story. I thought it was the black taco, but
no, it's another
apparently not.
taco thing.
All right.
We'll tease that. What the fuck?
Teasing me.
And we go to break with Suicide versus Anger Man. Have you heard this yet?
I have not, no.
Oh, my God. This is a great production piece.
Suicide.
Suicide, played by Bobo, and Anger Man, played by Big A. A couple superheroes battling it out.
Ooh.
Coming up on the next episode of The Spectacular Suicide, the notorious villain Anger Man is hurling helpless children from the windows of the Little Lepers orphanage to the streets below. Who can stop this deranged, diabolical, demented mastermind?
Nobody can stop me. I'm invincible. Come here, little Timmy. Would you like to see? Would you like to see if you can fly?
Come on, stupid door. I'm kicking you. Now open. Oh, wait. Doorknob. Stop it right there, Anger Man.
Suicide.
That's right.
Stay right where you are. Don't come any closer, or I'll throw another hopeless child to the streets below.
This ends right now, Anger Man. Leave those children alone, or I'll...
Or you'll... What?
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 What? Okay, bye.
That's what I thought.
Up and away! Oh, crap, I forgot. I can't fly. Oh, my leg!
Turn statement. I'm unstoppable.
Stay tuned for another episode of The Spectacular Suicide, where Police Commissioner Vic Dumb calls upon Suicide to stop another diabolical villain.
The taco controversy.
What's the taco controversy? Jesus.
Well, it's not that big of a deal. I don't even know where it is anymore, so I don't even know.
But I need to know now.
All right, here it is. While calling a college football game, Bob Greasy says the following about a NASCAR driver who happens to have one of those Mexican-type names.
Oh. Uh-oh.
Listen to this.
Well, as the chase hits the halfway point, Mark Martin and Jeff Gordon will look to close the gap on current points leader Jimmy Johnson as NASCAR's best. Head to the shortest track on the circuit. The chase for the NASCAR Sprint Cup continues at Martinsville with coverage beginning tomorrow on ABC at 1 Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific, presented by Goodyear. Jimmy Johnson has won 5 of the last 6 races at Martinsville, by the way.
First time we saw Jeff Gordon up there in the top 5, isn't it? Where's Juan Pablo Montoya? He's out having a taco.
And it's Weber is back in a corner.
and the other guy, oh, Jesus, here we go.
Because he's a seasoned fucking sports announcer. He knows, don't say anything like that.
Oh, Jesus, no, you didn't say the taco thing, did you?
But the guy probably eats tacos. We all eat tacos.
It's racist.
Why is it racist?
Very racist, very
hurtful. I
hurtful.
never understand that. Why is it racist?
Hurtful. Because he's of Mexican or Spanish descent, and you're mentioning that he might be out getting a taco, so that's a horrible thing to say.
But we all know those people eat that type of thing.
Well, yeah, it's like somebody saying, where's Anthony getting some spaghetti? Yeah, that'd be very horrible of me.
Do you eat more spaghetti because you're Italian than the regular white guy?
No, I eat a lot of spaghetti and stuff because it's easy to order from the.
Oh my God! It's the easiest
Italian
thing to
place.
make. It's the easiest thing to order.
Yeah.
It's the easiest thing to eat.
It's easy.
It's the easiest thing to shit out the next day.
Yay. It's just easy.
It's just easy all around.
Yup.
Do you have a problem with this one? I don't have a problem with this.
Nah, this is...
The guy in fun is like he's probably having a taco. Who cares?
But you know what?
What does that mean
Other
if the guy's
people-
having a taco? Why is that racist and why is that bad?
It would be like a black guy racing, and then you say, well, he's probably getting some fried chicken. It's that food stereotype.
Who cares in the end?
Well, I know, because you know something? I was watching a lot of videos about when they were giving away that free KFC and the angry people that were at the stores when they couldn't get it.
Right.
It was all black people.
Getting what? Chicken? Fried chicken?
Yeah, and they were all angry because the stores ran out.
Right. But if you're calling a college football game and you said he's probably getting fried chicken, you could get fired.
Oh, man, you'd be out.
That's not fair. And then, of course, the new thing is to apologize right away. So by the end of the game, somebody got to Bob Greasy and said, you better fucking apologize.
Yeah.
NASCAR, Juan Pablo Montoya. You know, he's a...
Oh, wow. Listen to
beat him down.
Oh, God, listen to this poor son of a bitch.
You know, if you listen to the first part of the audio, he can't wait to get his line in. He's trying to jump in with his line because he knows he's got a good one. And it is a good line. What the fuck?
He was stepping over everybody.
It's all...
Yeah,
Yeah, he's just trying to get it in. He knows it's going to work for him.
and he blurts it out real fast with a little laugh.
Yeah.
And the apology part is, I'm not Norton.
Well, we could get to the end. Here's the original line again.
Where's Juan Pablo Montoya? He's out having a taco.
And it's Weber's back.
And you're fucking kidding me. And
a lot of people saying he's Colombian.
Oh, okay.
The driver's Colombian.
Whatever.
I don't know what Colombians eat. It's easier to say, hey, he's probably having a taco.
A taco. It's universal.
And now here's the apology where he's just a beaten man.
NASCAR, Juan Pablo Montoya. You know, he's one of the best drivers in NASCAR. I just want to apologize for the comment that I made earlier in the ballgame.
I apologize.
I'm sorry. It's all we fucking say.
And we don't mean it, which is
no
even
one
better.
means it when they say
But
sorry.
Everyone has to apologize.
Michael Richards should have said he was sorry. That's an I'm really sorry offense. This a little innocent joke which had nothing mean behind it.
Yeah.
God, Americans are a fucking country of little sissies.
I'm sorry. It's just become something you're obligated to say when somebody thinks you've offended other people. So you're obligated to say it. You don't mean it. You never mean it. But there you are again. There's another person. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. They're trying to get Rush Limbaugh to apologize about that Obama thing where he falsely or erroneously stated that Obama had said something bad about the Constitution back in college, and it never happened, apparently. And Rush was like, no. He goes, as far as I'm concerned, it happened.
Yeah, oh well.
So I'm not going to...
You should say
I'm not apologizing.
We all make mistakes. What can I tell you?
Fuck you.
Yeah, why did they say sorry? What a bunch of gloating cunts this country has turned into. Say you're sorry. Bunch of fucking washwomen. It's so irritating.
What's really irritating too? Bob Greasy he got a talking to. You hear it. He got beat up behind the scenes.
Oh yeah.
They probably threatened his livelihood and this and that. He's just trying to have fun, add to the freaking viewing experience.
Is that the old quarterback, Bob Greasy?
I think, yeah.
Yeah?
I believe so.
Jeez.
Bob Greasy, is he Italian? Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean that. I apologize. Please forgive me. I'm sorry. I mean the Italian Americans, very hard-working people. They've contributed a lot. Michael Corleone.
Now I have someplace to go.
A lot of people saying, fuck him, he's not even American.
Anthony demands an apology from Jim Norton.
It was between the sidekicks, Kay.
Shit.
Let's go to Bill in Boston. Bill?
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey.
I got a question for you.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you guys had a controversy where you said something that was unacceptable over the air, and you had to apologize like this guy did, does it help to further other people having the same problem? Does it help you guys in the future?
What do you mean?
Like if you guys fucked up and then someone on another radio show, like maybe the Jew, was like playing your clips and criticizing you and just blowing it up.
Well, we're not criticizing him. We're criticizing the fact that society demands he apologize.
Yeah, we're not criticizing Bob Greasy whatsoever. He should be able to say that. He was trying to make a joke and have a little fun. If he messed up, he messed up. We're human beings. We fucking mess up. But he got beat up behind the scenes to the point where he sounds distraught.
You're saying, does it help his cause?
I'm not saying it's an attack on you guys. I'm not trying to attack.
Right.
I'm just saying, does it help to set this precedent for you guys in the future?
I think it helps to point out how ridiculous it is for these guys that they have to apologize. Bob Greasy doesn't want to apologize. And he probably even said just that, but they beat him up so bad, he was like, he went on air and did exactly what they told him.
See, the thing is, man, it's like, does it help or hurt? I don't know. But I find that people... Now, Greasy had to apologize. He's going to get fired. I mean, this show has apologized when they had to, because XM fucking completely left this show hanging with the Condoleezza Rice homeless Charlie thing.
Did we ever replay the time we apologized where you could tell we were just reading the statement fucking pissed off?
I don't know.
I've heard it.
No, did we replay it, though?
Oh, I'm not sure.
We should have. We should have played the homeless Charlie audio. It wasn't offensive. It was a funny guy being crazy because that's what he was doing. You got to be belligerent when you can be. It's like you can't just keep giving in to the apologies when you don't do anything wrong. I mean, and again, we had to. The show had to apologize.
We got the apology clip. Travis has it.
Let me tell
sorry.
you guys one last
we
thing.
had to apologize.
Huh?
Let me tell you guys one last thing.
Yeah.
Thanks for making my day every day. You guys do great radio.
We're sorry.
Hey, right on, Bill.
Apologize.
Later, guys.
Sorry about that.
Sorry, Bill. Sorry.
Let's go to Rob in Staten Island. Rob.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Hey, man.
Hey, Colombians don't even eat tacos. It's like a Mexican.
Sorry to hear that.
Sorry. We're really
Good.
sorry.
They're really tasty, so I'm sorry for the Colombians.
So that's what the apology should have been from Bob Greasy. Oh, I'm sorry. I found out Colombians don't eat tacos.
Yeah, then he's
They're
probably
just
doing
off-base.
cocaine.
Yes.
Get it?
It's like saying a white guy's going to go eat fried chicken.
Oh, I'm sorry to any African Americans that might be offended by that reverse discrimination joke. I apologize for this man.
Anyway,
Yes.
good show, guys. Thanks.
All right, brother.
I just want to apologize in case I said something.
That's right.
Just a blanket apology for something.
I didn't mean to drop the C word before. I apologize to all women because you know it applies to you. So please forgive me. I apologize. I'm sorry.
You want to hear the famous apology?
Sure. I'm sorry.
XM basically put a gun to our heads and said, you will apologize. They had Anthony read a statement at they gave us the exact time and everything. I'm not sure. I think it might have been 9:15. This has to be done at 9:15. You read this and don't add anything else to it.
No input. We had no input.
So listen to this audio.
apology.
You tell me if this was sincere or not.
It was written for us.
And it was over remember CBS wouldn't air it. The show just started after that on CBS. And they actually stuck with the show.
Yeah.
Which saved the show.
Right.
Yep.
Or the show would have been
Absolutely.
out of work again.
We'd have been fucked.
Yeah, we would have been fucked because we continued on regular radio, which made XM look really stupid.
Ridiculous.
So they couldn't fire us at that point.
But again,
so
how-
CBS in a way, really did.
Oh, they
save our
did. They
careers.
saved the gig.
Yeah.
Again, how sincere is an apology that isn't our words? They're written for us. We don't mean it at all. We're just reading a piece of paper. What does that do?
Well, how fucked up is society that they accept that?
Society.
How fucked up is it that people out there go, "Oh, okay, apologize."
Apologize. Okay,
they're not smart enough to realize that was forced on the broadcaster.
Yeah.
It's just a public spanking is all it is. No one really thinks it's genuine. It's just a public spanking.
I don't know. I think people think it's genuine, yeah.
Wow, they're dummies.
No kidding. Hey, getting back to the taco thing, thank you, Dave. Oh, it's Struff. Okay, Struff writes, a stupid TMZ poll about the Montoya. His name's Montoya?
Montoya.
Apology has 54% of people saying the apology wasn't enough.
What Montoya apology? Oh, Bob Greasy's apology?
Yeah, about Montoya.
Gives a fuck. Not
Wasn't
about the
enough.
staff, but about what they're saying.
Don't fuck with me, Bob Greasy.
Wasn't enough.
He should be hung from a helicopter.
I could see if Bob Greasy said, hey, he's not here. Hey, he's probably hanging someone from a helicopter. Or he's probably muling heroin in his dirty Colombian ass. Then he should apologize. That's rude. Then that's racist and rude.
That's horrible.
But God damn it, man.
Yeah.
Let's
Just
go
a
to
bunch of
Don.
babies.
Don on Long Island. Don.
Yeah, I wonder if anybody apologized last year for that Gatorade commercial. We have Derek Jeter on first base, and there's this Italian guy, mobster, dressed up, saying, watch out for that catcher, he's got a gun. And then Jeter steals second. They go, stealing, it's a beautiful thing. That would have never made it out of a boardroom or any other.
I'm certain they probably did catch shit for that.
I don't remember this commercial. Do we have it still?
Oh.
Yeah, it was last year. They played it a lot. Derek Jeter was on first base.
We understand the concept. Yes, we understand the concept of the commercial. You just told us.
Why are you getting mad?
Sorry.
Why are you getting mad?
I don't know. Stealing Jimmy's
I
bit.
apologize.
Getting mad at the listeners.
Are you all right? You got your Yankee hat on. All's good.
Yes.
You're going to the World Series. Don't be mad today. Woohoo! All right, here's the famous apology we had to do a mere couple of years ago. Hit it, Travis.
Oh, that's it? Hey, we're here. It's Opie and Anthony. It's May 11th, 2007. We are live. I just want to say we're taking what happened on Wednesday very, very seriously.
Holy shit.
Very, very
Stop
seriously.
this.
Why, Opie? You weren't very serious.
Fuck.
Why you were taking it very
seriously.
God.
Because Ann had to apologize.
seriously.
But you just wanted to clarify first.
No, I'll tell you what fucking happened. They sat us both down. They said both you need to show that you're sorry about what happened. We weren't sorry.
No.
I'm not sorry.
This was so fucking embarrassing for the goddamn radio show that we were forced to do this. Hearing this drives me nuts. This isn't us.
Taking this very... You know what it was? Because we had gotten bitched out for not taking it seriously enough.
Right.
So they said, not only will you apologize, you will say that we are taking this very seriously. Everything you hear has been told to us to say.
Right.
This is such bullshit.
Which is so embarrassing.
Oh, it is.
Start over.
If we hadn't been fired, though, previously, we never would have done this. We would have said, go fuck yourself or whatever. But we were so gun-shy as far as getting thrown out the door again. We're just like, oh, fuck.
Maybe we should have just said, fuck you guys and went back to regular radio.
We have to keep our
point.
phony baloney jobs.
Why fucking bullshit that we had to do that. God, that really is infuriating.
Oh, isn't it?
Because I know myself. I don't mean anything I'm saying here.
Let's hear Greg Greasy.
No, but I like the fact that you just wanted to tell everybody, like, all kidding aside, folks. I appreciate that.
Let's hear it. Yeah.
Oh, that's it? Hey, we're here. It's Opie and Anthony. It's May 11th, 2007. We are live.
Bring the voice down.
I just want to say we're taking what happened
serious.
on Wednesday very, very seriously. Very, very seriously. And we're listening to XM on this one, big time.
Yeah, we apologize to the public officials for comments that were made on the XM show on May 9th. And we do take very seriously the responsibility that comes with our creative freedom that we get here, and regret any offense that this segment has caused.
You're a liar! Goddamn liar!
Shut your goddamn mouth! You suck! Excuse me, but I do believe that sucked ass. Shenanigans! Shenanigans! Shenanigans!
I think you can hear me sucking through my teeth.
Oh, God.
Like right after that, you hear like a... And then I think you hear the paper crumbling and being thrown across the room. Yeah. I did it like a live read.
Yeah.
It was pretty much blah, blah, blah. I do live reads with much more enthusiasm than I did that sincere apology. Yuck. Fucking made us do that. Cocksuckers. I'm glad they're all gone.
Well, dude, but the thing was this. You were taking it seriously. Ope was taking it seriously.
Very seriously.
Very, very seriously.
Don't get nervous.
I think in the beginning, can you actually hear Ope go, we're here. Can you actually hear like a hand clap? Can we hear that when we're doing it? I think there's like a hand clap. Like, all right, guys, party will start, but at first, a message.
Because can I just take you inside the thing? We knew we didn't want to do what we were about to do. And someone actually had to point to us and go, you're live right now. Like, so, we're here. Like, it was just all uncomfortable.
To do that.
Yeah, go ahead, play that again.
Oh, that's it? Hey, we're here. It's Opie and Anthony. It's May 11th, 2000.
I did hear a clap.
Well, that was basically the career shotgun being cocked and pointed at you, too.
It's Opie and Anthony here. We sincerely take this very seriously. Sincere apology to anybody that was offended.
And I remember them saying afterwards, good job. You did good. And we were like, whatever.
Almost Charlie ruled.
And it was never the same after that with those guys.
Ugh.
All right. We referenced Jimmy getting a nice little mention on Rush Limbaugh.
I don't even know. I think you just said that was comedian Jim Norton. It
was quick, but it's worth playing real fast for everybody. I think it's pretty cool for you. Man.
Yes.
Let's go to the audio sound bites on this. Jay Leno, 2 guests on his show Wednesday night, agree that what happened here was a travesty.
Of course Rush should have been able to buy the team. The main vocal protester in this was Al Sharpton. Why does anybody listen to this moron? Al Sharpton, the guy has made more stupid public statements than Joe Biden after a propofol cocktail. He shouldn't be allowed to talk publicly ever again. He stinks.
I'm almost shocked that I agree with Jim. But anyway, I just think that a lot of the context of what Mr. Limbaugh said was taken out of context.
That was Stephen Baldwin and the comedian Jim Norton was the first. Yeah, Stephen Baldwin. Now, wasn't just taken out of context. It was wholly made up.
That's how you know you're not famous yet, when they say, they always do that, like they had to put your job first, and comedian Jim Norton.
Comedian
like,
Jim
nobody
Norton.
says actor Tom Hanks. You know what I mean?
You're well on your way, my friend.
But it's funny. I always laugh when they would, like, if I would do Leno or whatever, they would say, tonight, comedian.
Right.
Comedian Jim Norton. Ah, right. Because if they just said Jim Norton, people would go, what?
What does he do?
What?
Does he do animal tricks? Does he have a ball he bounces? Does he bounce the ball up and down? What does he do, this man? Does he kick a ball?
Let's go to Rob, formerly of CBS.
Trevor.
Rob, you worked for CBS?
Yeah, for about 18 years, boys.
All right.
For what? You guys are the biggest bunch of weenies. You know, I left. I had enough of that bullshit, and I packed my bags. I opened up my own company, and I said, fuck you boys, because they would tell you how they wanted the news edited. Forget about, don't let the facts stand in the way of a good story.
Yes,
I say that a lot.
That's kind of something they don't. That's something they do say in the news division all the fucking time. They don't really care about the facts as much as you think.
The only news that has any real integrity is 60 Minutes, and even they have faltered and stumbled on their ass every now and then.
Yeah.
So we would have producers that would come by at the end of every piece. It didn't matter if it was Chris Borgen, back in the days of old Jim Jensen.
Jim Jensen, wow.
Yeah, Jim John Slattery and Vic Miles. These guys, the producers would come by and they would screen the pieces to make sure that A, they were factual, and how the hell would they know, because they weren't in the room when we cut them. But I guess to make sure that if a word or something derogatory was out of place, boom, gone, out of the piece.
Do you have any verification of this?
Yeah, 18 years and 5 Emmys. Fuck it all.
No, but I mean, how do we know you worked there? You could just be saying this stuff and getting us in trouble.
How am I getting you in trouble?
Because you're saying that they fucking fact-check certain things that we don't know if they fact-checked. So it's stupid.
No, the majority of the news is fact-checked and factual.
Yeah, but then then you're saying this guy came in and said this, and this producer with Jim Jensen said that. Sorry, I broke character.
He's doing Mean Jimmy.
It's the new bed. It's the new bed.
Hope held up a sign and said, "Get angry." My acting just couldn't pull it off.
Mean Jimmy fell apart.
It started well.
It was so stupid because the guy wasn't saying anything inflammatory.
No, of course he wasn't.
No, but that's what makes it good.
Talking about his
It just
job.
comes out of nowhere.
I'm sorry, Mr.
All right, Rob.
He was 15 years and 8 Emmys.
Jimmy, it's not about what the reporters would say. It could be a soundbite that somebody would say in a neighborhood that you picked out,
Right.
So it had nothing to do with the reporters. The reporters were just laying in a soundbite as a piece of factual information. And the producer would come by and say, it's really not a good idea to put that soundbite in the piece. So you're actually reiterating what somebody in the neighborhood would say.
In other words, it's all bullshit, man.
It is. It was total madness.
Of course.
And by the way, he's 18 years and 5 Emmys, Anthony, not 15 years and 8 Emmys.
Oh, I thought that was...
You've just made his career a whole lot better.
I really did.
You've made him a whole lot more effective.
Sorry, Rob.
This guy's 2 years, 30 Emmys.
I didn't know you stunk as much as Jimmy said.
They give out a lot of Emmys, don't they, Rob?
Just hand them out.
They just hand them out.
Listen, I have an affliction like Anthony. I like young girls too.
Oh, fucking
Cool.
A.
Wait, 18 years, 5 Emmys, 1 conviction.
All right, Rob.
I used to do some Arnie Diaz shame on you stuff.
Oh, wow, really?
There.
What a nudge he is.
With that creepy mustache of his.
Well, he was creepy, but I got to tell you, behind the scenes, Arnie is as we say, he's a real mensch. He's a really good guy. I've had, you know, those stories with the luggage sales, everybody going out of business.
Yeah.
We went into one of those stores, and the guy came after me with a luggage cart, and Arnie put himself in front of me and the camera.
Let me ask you, Rather sued CBS, and actually his suit was thrown out. Did you know Rather or no?
I have worked with Rather, and I think Rather is a gentleman, and I think Rather is a very, very nice guy. And the networks have a way of really screwing over nice people.
Yeah.
All right,
mister.
Thanks, Rob.
Little insight.
Little insight to the news biz.
We got a pedo on the
what happened
in the news.
Who?
He admitted to it.
Who?
He likes young girls.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Missed that part.
Hey, this Paranormal Activity. I don't know what to make of this damn fucking movie. Some people love it and some people fucking hate it. But
cash is
I'll
what
tell you this
that
much.
thing's making.
Number one at the movies this weekend. It was made for $15,000. $15,000. We could bankroll that.
Ooh.
We could have bankrolled this fucking movie. It has made $62 million to date. And it's still
never work again.
Huh? And it's going to make another easy 30 or 40 before it fades out of the theaters. Then it goes DVD. Then it goes international. This thing is a monster.
Wow.
And it only costs $15,000 to make.
Dude, for $15,000, I want to make a show just called Jim Traipses Around and film myself and release it and make a cool mill. Just to show me skipping and jogging about.
It beat out Where the Wild Things Are, which, that was a major Hollywood blockbuster movie that, cost millions and millions and millions.
Yeah.
So,
nice percentage on your investment.
Has anyone seen Paranormal Activity on staff?
No. Patrice saw it. He commented on it.
What did he say again?
He said, nah, those goddamn movies with the handheld cameras. I don't like. He didn't like it.
Here comes Sam. I guess Sam saw the movie.
Like shit.
So he'll be representing the black community. Does the black community like Paranormal Activity, Sam?
Whoa, they usually do like horror movies.
Were there a lot of black people in the theater?
Well, I went early in the day. That's my new thing. Going early in the day. So there weren't many people in theater at all.
It's the smartest thing. I do the same thing.
I go alone.
It's the only way to go see movies.
I like noon.
Yeah, noon's a nice time.
Noon? Oh, so you go where everybody, is still sleeping.
It's the weekend. People sleep in.
I mean, yeah, you know what I mean, though.
Well, I mean, yeah, because it's the weekend.
Yeah.
D-Boy said it was awful.
He says everything's awful. He's a miserable person.
We all know that. And he was probably drunk during it and didn't understand it. He fell asleep and then vomited when he woke up.
Who, dumb Derek?
Yes.
No, it's D-Boy.
D-Boy.
Here comes D-Boy.
B-O-I, by the way, how they spell it in the gay community. Okay, good.
D-Boy, you didn't like Paranormal Activity?
First, I was drunk, and
right.
It was shit. Actually, it was really bad. Yeah.
What was bad about it?
First of all, it takes like an hour to actually get into the entire movie.
Ugh, I hate those type of movies.
And then it's just
character development.
Yeah. What am I waiting around for? Get me scared. Let's go.
It's just bad. It's hard to watch. It's just no, not at all.
Then why is everyone seeing this fucking thing?
I don't know. It's a lot of hype, just like the Blair Witch Project, I guess. But yeah, it's just shit. Really.
Is the acting bad?
Yeah, well, I mean, they didn't use real actors. I think it was just like, two normal people, actually. But, yeah, it's really hard to get into. And it takes like an hour for anything to start happening.
You like action up front, don't you?
All right, when it starts happening, is it scary?
No, not at all.
No. Now, how come everyone says it's so scary?
I don't know.
What about when that shit jumps out, like, in the doorways and stuff? You didn't go like, whoa.
What are you talking about?
Like that scene, there's the one scene that they show in the trailer in the bedroom. And something comes out through the bedroom door and right up to the camera.
A weird shadowy thing.
Oh, I think that's the end of it, actually.
Oh,
like,
thanks.
most of the highlights are actually in the trailer. Like her getting dragged out of the bed and the footprints and all that. Yeah, that's in the trailer.
Oh,
so you can just watch the trailer.
Yeah, and you get pretty much the
You
whole
see the
scary
trailer? I get very frightened.
Let me
see. It's frightening. The trailer, anyway.
Let me go to Eric in Jersey. Eric.
D-Boy's a fucking dummy. That movie is awesome.
Yeah, D-Boy is a dumb.
Well, wait, Sam, you liked it? Eric on the
Yes.
phone liked it? Why do you guys like Paranormal Activity?
D-Boy is the type of person that doesn't like things when they get hyped up.
Yeah.
Well,
As
first
opposed
of all,
to...
First of all, the movie was made actually for only $10,000. Then Steven Spielberg bought he bought the rights to it, and he changed the last 2 or 3 minutes, and that's what added the additional $5,000 cost. He bought it for $350,000. It's phenomenal what this movie has done, and it's scary as shit.
Yeah, I mean, if you're scared of ghosts and things like in your house,
Ghosts!
then you'll be
frightening, Samuel.
Yeah, exactly. Then you'll be scared of it because it seems like there's a ghost in the house. If you're not scared of ghosts, then you probably won't be scared of it. If you didn't like Blair Witch, then you won't like this. But if you did like Blair Witch, then you will like this.
I hate the panorama. I can't say that word. I could never say that word.
The problem with Blair Witch was it only had one scene. Yeah. It was a psychological thriller, and you watched the breakdown of these teenagers, and it all came to a head in 1 second where Mikey was standing in the corner. This actually has 5 or 6 different distinct points where it's like, holy fuck, that shit could happen.
Yeah, this movie is scarier than Blair Witch.
I've never seen Blair Witch.
D-Boy?
No.
Here comes D-Boy back to the mic.
Comments?
It's really bad, actually. Nobody in this room, I think, would enjoy it.
Wow. Why do we have 2 completely different opinions?
Because D-Boy doesn't like things.
Yeah, but Sam has a very unique flavor. You know what I mean? Like he likes.
Sam likes horror movies,
Sam's
and
a little
D-Boy
boy.
doesn't.
Sam likes zombie horror movies, and
Danny likes zombie movies. What's
But
that?
I'm saying it's
Sam's a little boy.
Zombie movies.
he is a little. Yeah, exactly.
Your tastes are like of a little boy.
Danny wears
Junior
T-shirts
high
of
school
horror
kids
movies.
would probably like it.
But Danny likes horror movies.
So does Sam.
No, Sam likes silly movies and wrestling.
I don't understand
You're
what's going
stupid.
And hip-hop. And hip-hop.
And hip-hop, yeah.
Sam's like a teenage girl.
Yeah. You like John Cena's movie.
You like tween movies. You must like that Twilight series,
You like
right?
Twilight?
No, I don't.
Sam watches Degrassi Junior High.
You watch Degrassi and
The
Gossip
Next Generation.
Girl?
He watches High School Musical, that type of thing.
I don't watch.
Can I-
No.
Yeah, we know,
Answer
Sam.
your question.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. The night of the animation festival, I actually dropped off a knife for Anthony. It was a little pocket knife with a bunch of swastikas. It was an old Nazi knife. Did he ever get it?
Yes, I did. I have that one still.
All right, cool. Well, I hope you like it.
All right. That's it?
It's made in China, but I like it.
All right,
Yeah,
listen.
well, the real one's a lot more expensive than the knockoff.
Yeah, I understand, but
All right.
Thank you, sir.
Let me go back to Chris in Jersey. Chris says Paranormal Activity is a smart movie. D-Boy, is it a smart movie?
No, it is not.
Chris, what do you got?
D-Boy.
I just want to say that, like, horror movies these days are all about blood and gore, and this movie is actually about building suspense. If you sit there and you actually get into it, it's scary. If you let it build up the suspense, it's good.
You know what's a great horror movie where there's like a lot of suspense build up? I'm writing one where there's a man and he buys a house in the woods.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
And every time he puts his hat on the table, it gets knocked onto the linoleum. Like the camera pans next to his fedora and you see it just moving and a ghostly hand is pushing the hat onto the floor.
You in that hat.
That's right. And sometimes he'll walk in and a breeze will come when the door's not even open and gust his hat off onto the floor.
Ooh, that's scary.
Yes.
Sure is. It's a smart movie, we're finding out, huh? Chris?
Yes, I think it's got more in it than any of the other horror movies that are coming out these days.
All right.
It's just, it's very different than what we're used to.
All right, thank you. Let's go to Ryan in Wisconsin. Ryan.
Yeah, I gotta agree with D-Boy. This movie is shit.
Wow.
Wow, there's no, middle ground here.
Whoa. Feast or famine, right?
It was made for $15,000, and you can.
We know.
The acting is horrible, overacted. Just a bad movie.
Well, it's not supposed to be acted well because they're not actors doing it. It's supposed to look like it was made for 15,000, whatever the fuck. I've heard 11. I've heard 15. And it made a fuckload of money, so people are going to see it.
And it's a true story.
Stop it.
Do these guys only make fucking $350,000 off it though? Or do they get a piece of the gate? I wonder after.
Oh my god!
I bet you they just made $350 off it.
Oh, that's
and they
gotta
were
be
probably
painful.
like, dude, look how much we made, $350.
Oh, if they, it seemed like a good thing to do at the time. You sell your $15,000 movie for $350,000.
You know what, though? You need the promotion behind it. You need that promotion machine behind it.
Don't tell me those guys aren't getting rich off this. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
I have a feeling a lot of the message board posts about people saying it's the scariest movie ever. The studio's making a boatload of money. Could they possibly be paying these people to put that on the message board?
They wouldn't. They wouldn't do anything.
That would
like
never happen.
Stop it.
That's viral marketing where it's actually everyone from the fucking studio doing it. That never happens.
No, never.
That's a very good
All right,
point,
fuck
Ryan.
y'all, boys.
Hey, another guy agreeing with? Well, we'll find out. Ryan in Boston. Ryan.
Yeah, what's up, guys?
Hey.
I saw it the other night, man. I could agree with D-Boy. I think the movie sucks.
Another one for D-Boy.
Agreeing with D-Boy.
I couldn't get out. I couldn't wait to get out of my goddamn seat and get out of there.
Really? Because you're either drunk or you're stupid.
Now, we try not to do the spoiler thing as much these days, so without giving a spoiler out, why did you hate the movie?
It was just terrible. Like they said, man, it's like I guess if you could get into it somehow, but it was so dry and boring. I mean, I don't know how you could get into it. I kept, they keep showing you time lapse and time lapse and time lapse, and you're like just waiting for something actually to happen. And then when it does, it's over. And you're like, wow, I just sat there for 2 hours for a 13-second scene that blew.
You wait for something to happen, and then the thing happens, and then the thing is over.
Well, that's what happened with Blair Witch. You sat there,
but this
you
happens...
watched them walk through the fucking woods, and then at the end, there was that mysterious fucking ending of him standing in the corner while the fucking somebody dies and the camera falls to the ground, and
scary as shit.
And then it's over. But the little children's handprints are scary. The sounds...
Yeah.
It's in the woods, so that's just scary,
It's very scary. But the thing is, it's not like he said, like the other caller said, it was not one scare in this movie. It happens throughout. This caller was obviously blackout drunk when he saw the film.
Like D-Boy.
Like D-Boy was, and therefore does not have a solid memory of what happened in the motion picture.
D-Boy, what do you think of Sam? Is he crazy here?
Yeah, I mean, the going back to the Blair Witch thing, too, it was marketed a lot better. It was marketed as, like, 3 kids gone missing.
Yeah.
This just came out of the blue as some fucking stupid, like, home movie or something like that.
Yeah.
Like, there's actually, like, a background to the Blair Witch thing. Like, there's no background to this.
Do you take the little bottles like they give you on the airplane and dump out some of your Coke and then pour it in and mix it up and drink it?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
He actually has a very teeny hat, like the beer things that he puts the little airplane liquor things in, with little teeny holders.
Well, let's go to Beth in Ohio. We haven't heard from the females yet. Beth.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
We hear you calling.
Yeah, love that song. Yeah, just saw Paranormal Activity last night. It sucks a dick.
Oh, so the girls don't like Paranormal Activity, I see.
Wow.
That's right, Sam.
I turned to my husband in the first 15 minutes of the movie and said, here's what's going to happen.
Oh, don't
and it
say
did. So it just...
What, he belted you?
Yeah, exactly.
Here's what's going to happen. You're going to punch me in the face.
Yes. You're going to drink more of that liquor and get pulled over driving home and go to jail again. And he did.
You're going to donkey punch me at home.
Well, you're going to stick your dick through that popcorn fucking container again, and I'm going to have to jerk you off while the frightening movie is playing. And it happens. And I'm going to get salt all over your weenie, and you're going to belt me.
All right.
Thank you,
Listen
madam.
out, guys.
Sorry.
Hey,
here's what's going to happen, and it did.
Humpbacks makes a very good point. How good is a movie that you have to mention how little it was made for each time you talk about it?
That's the biggest thing
That's a
about
very
this
good
movie.
point.
Every time it's brought up, hey, by the way, fucking
Made for
$5.
$15,000.
Because it's
$10 it was made for.
That gets brought up because it's very atypical. It's also brought up that this movie has scared many audiences.
It was made for 15.
Let's go to Greg. Let's go to Greg on Long Island.
Perhaps more than rape.
Greg.
Hello, Greg.
Greg.
Hey, if you don't like this movie, I don't know what the hell's wrong with you.
See? Thank you very much.
you don't
That
like
says
this
it right
movie,
there. What
I
the
don't know
hell
what the
is
hell's
wrong with you?
The thing with people is some people just don't get it.
That's right.
Well,
D-Boy? I guess you just didn't get it.
No, I don't understand what's there to get, actually.
D-Boy also, he hates Lionsgate as a production company, and therefore any film that gets put out...
Lionsgate?
Yes.
Lionsgate. Why do you just...
Not this. This doesn't fall under the umbrella.
True.
But this is just to paint D-Boy's character.
Why does he hate Lionsgate?
Any film that falls under the Lionsgate banner, D-Boy will not give credence to.
Lionsgate, they've had some pretty good movies.
No, they haven't.
What's some of those Lionsgate movies?
I don't even. They're shit.
Why do you hate Lionsgate?
Why do you hate Lionsgate?
I will not watch a TriStar movie.
I won't watch a Lionsgate movie.
Who knows what a Lionsgate movie is?
Exactly. Who cares?
I never know.
Only D-Boy. Okay, what do we got?
I think they did 310 to Yuma Jima, whatever that fucking
I didn't see that.
American Psycho.
American Psycho, yeah, that was a really bad movie there, D-Boy. What's wrong with you?
That was early on.
All right, go late for Lionsgate. I think he's talking about the last couple of years, I would imagine.
Let's see.
D-Boy wins with American Psycho 2.
Well, yeah.
Well, the Cooler was kind of good.
Yeah, the Cooler, I like that.
House of 1,000 Corpses.
Lionsgate, yeah.
Incorrect. That was actually pretty good.
Medea class reunion, yo.
What about Cube Zero?
Oh, shit.
Hold on there.
Fear of
Justin,
Clowns?
we'll get to you.
The Dirty Dancing sequel.
Hotel Rwanda. Oh, but it was co-produced with United Artists,
Oh,
so
boy.
I'm
Doesn't
sorry.
count.
What do you think of UA? You don't mind them?
No, don't mind them.
How about Universal?
What about Columbia
Don't mind them.
Pictures?
Columbia,
Yeah?
I have a little problem
What do
with.
you think of DreamWorks?
Little problem with Columbia.
Little problem with Columbia. You're insane.
How about DreamWorks?
DreamWorks, yeah, not bad.
Yeah.
What do you think is good?
I think he's serious.
See, this is what I'm saying. This is the movie.
He's nuts.
You're getting movie advice from this person.
What do you think about what do you like, Derek? What movies?
Hard
D-Boy?
Candy was good.
Recently?
No, what production company?
Universal's a good one.
yeah. You gotta love that. The Big Earth.
And this whole-
Universal comes around it.
Holy shit, he's
Absolutely.
cuckoo.
What about
He's
Paramount
fucking
Pictures?
nuts.
Paramount Pictures.
Paramount's a good one, too.
Indiana Jones.
Yes, all the
You know,
classics.
come on.
Yeah.
About Orion.
Danny,
Orion.
Orion is still around?
Caddyshack.
No, I don't think so.
go the last couple of years for Lionsgate. Because I think
This is nothing new too. Like this has been going on since I've known Derek. So this is like 5 years now. Like he'll mention, he'll be like, dude, I saw that movie we were talking about last week. Fucking Lionsgate. Fucking Lionsgate.
that's so fucked up.
What about Waltz? Waltz Pictures. That is
That war picture with Johnny Fontaine.
Monk.
All right, let me get to
Very
Justin.
funny.
He's chomping at the bit here. Justin, what do you got?
What's going on, boys?
Hey.
I feel that if you don't like this movie, you're just a fucking moron.
Oh,
Thank you very much. That's true.
Why? Why did you like it, Justin?
The complaints, it's basically instant gratification. Like, I can't sit through things like plot development and story and
and
build-up.
Derek also complains that movies are just gore. So this movie, he's complaining that there's nothing in it like gore. And then if there was gore, he'd come in and say, no, it was just gore.
Like one of your Rob Zombie movies, which are just senseless gore.
It's not senseless because
Well, it's
there's
senseless.
a good storyline.
No,
D-Boy, you see the Rob Zombie horror flicks there?
No, I won't watch them.
Yeah.
Why not?
I watched like the first 10 minutes of one of them, and I couldn't even get through that.
Sucked an ass.
Did you like his Halloween version? I thought it was good.
The first one?
No, Rob Zombie's Halloween.
I know the first one. I didn't see the second one. I
I
saw the
didn't
first
either.
one.
Yeah.
It was all right.
It was good. Give him a break.
Jimmy in Queens, my 16-year-old daughter said it sucked.
Exactly. Girls don't like it. Like Derek. Nice.
What?
I'm on the radio, mate.
Yeah, what's up, what's up, George?
How you guys doing? I just wanted to call up and say that I saw that movie Paranormal Activity at a screening. It scared the living shit out of me.
I know.
I know. Listen, I love that you guys been doing this bit. I'm trying to turn all my Australian brothers onto this show. It's a great thing you're having, Jason Ellis, all these guys on. But no, seriously, give that movie a watch because it's fucking great. It made my vagina hurt.
Good break your arm.
One thing that bothers me is all this baseball talk. When do you guys talk about soccer? Soccer. It's a great sport, gentlemen. I don't see what all the hatred in the United States is for. It's
He's so
Nothing
fake,
ever
by the
happened.
way. I know.
We'll talk about soccer when it doesn't suck.
Hatred.
But don't you understand, man, that the beauty of it is the importance of a goal, and it can happen at any fucking time, mate.
Yes.
You're mixing Cockney English with Australian.
Yeah.
Sir.
Calling football
You
soccer.
sound like two different idiots.
Yeah, it's not. Hey, you wouldn't say that.
Say what? Quit fucking with me. You drunk, I know it.
Yeah, that must be it.
All right, there he goes. Let's go to Brian in Detroit.
Someone, Steve from British Shore said, that was crocodile dummy. Steve.
Hey, Brian, is it cold in the day?
It's cold.
Yeah, it
fucking
must be.
cold, right? Buffalo was cold, right, Jimmy?
Wasn't that bad, to be honest with you, dude. It was rainy and chilly, but it was not unbearable.
All right.
Just felt nippy.
Nice little weather forecast.
Yeah, why
from
not?
Jimmy Norden.
Boy, are they still hardcore up there.
Yeah,
the fucking
I know.
O&A fans.
Yeah,
I fucking know it,
That was
too.
great.
Good to see.
Devoid of entertainment.
What do you got, Brian?
That movie was so bad, I wish black people were in the theater to ruin it for me.
Really?
Yeah.
It's a
That's how
distasteful
bad it was.
comment.
Oh.
Maybe you're just like an artist, Sam.
Reservoir Dogs
No.
was Lionsgate, but I think it was in association with Miramax.
I
So.
think they released it though. They just re-released the original.
Did they?
Yeah.
Miramax has that though, don't they?
I think so. I don't know. They're just Lionsgate.
Yeah,
they're awful. Just
I thought you
avoid
knew every
movies.
Lionsgate
No, just
movie.
avoid them.
D-Boy, what happened?
Just he likes the opinions. He doesn't need like factual evidence. Like he doesn't need to see a movie not to like it. He doesn't need to remember it.
Fucking love
He
D-Boy.
just needs to know what production company put it out.
Yeah, as soon as that little line flashes on the screen, I just know it's going to be shit.
You see the new... I like the new logo, though, with the gears.
Yeah.
It's like these metal gear working things, like the inside of a clock, and then it comes out in Lionsgate. It looks very cool.
Who knows that?
What?
Who knows that?
I'm a fan of the opening sequence cinematography.
I like the unicorn, and then the little moon settles in the DreamWorks.
Oh, you like the little DreamWorks fucking E.T. kind of
Whatever's
a thing?
happening, yeah.
With the little kid fishing off the moon?
Yeah. Where's the
Are
DreamWorks?
you a fan when the lion roars?
For
That's
what,
MGM.
MGM.
Yeah,
That's
you're a big
MGM.
MGM guy?
Oh yeah.
Ars gratia artis.
That's right.
Yes. Art for art's sake.
All right, that's enough on paranormal, I guess.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. We
Just,
got nothing done here. One guy likes
You
it a
should
lot.
see it. And by the way,
D-Boy hates it a lot.
also Saw 6, thumbs up.
Saw 6, thumbs up.
Hell yeah. It's
Get
the
the
third.
fuck outta here.
It's the third best Saw movie.
Okay, enough
Lionsgate.
with Saw fucking movies.
If
I loved the first one,
Yeah.
dealt with the second one, and then after that, go away. With
You got
the
to get
Saw
back on the
guy.
bandwagon. If it's
No.
Halloween, it's Saw.
Shut it.
Well, don't worry, and if you miss this year's, don't miss next year's Saw 7 when it comes out October 28th.
Yeah, of course.
Saw 6 did leave room for a sequel.
Of
They
course it
can
did.
pump those fucking Saw movies out. Oh, wow, there's a gadget around someone and they can't they got to get out of it before something horrible happens.
The first trailer for Saw, I thought was one of the coolest things I'd ever seen.
Yeah,
Because it didn't really explain anything. They just showed you some chick with a thing on her face, and it was going to rip her head open if she didn't get it off in time.
It was great. And the first time I saw the first one, I had no clue. It
was great.
That was the guy in the middle laying there dead the whole time and he was alive. That was a great fucking, twist.
Yeah.
Yes. Fuck
They're
Lionsgate,
They're
though,
still
now.
doing it.
I don't care. Fuck Lionsgate.
And they take on the banks and healthcare in Saw 6.
Shut up.
They do, I swear.
Oh, God. Oh, Jesus. A very special Saw.
Yes, where Mr. Carlson tries to molest Dudley, who's chained to a fucking a plugged-in toaster in the tub.
Fuck that. You know what? We got to make an executive decision today.
Yes?
Sam's good on the air, but not when it comes to movies. You don't talk movies anymore.
I think D-Boy is now
D-Boy is our new movie
critic.
reviewer.
Yeah.
All right, well, all listeners
What was
then...
your
Lionsgate.
favorite movie of the last year, Sam? We'll test you right now. Your favorite movie of the last year?
Of the last year?
Yeah. You can go even a little further
One
than
of
a
your
year.
stupid Rob Zombie movies or a wrestler in a movie, something with The Rock in
Well,
it.
The Wrestler was a very good movie.
Right.
Burn After Reading was a very, very good movie.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Better than No Country for Old Men. I'll put that out there.
Lionsgate didn't put that out?
No, I don't think
Oh,
so.
good. Shit. I almost had to fucking boycott that.
Right.
But I mean...
He doesn't like lions.
It's just so fucked. He is so
That
fucking...
is the weirdest thing. I've never known anyone in all my years that wouldn't like a movie because of the fucking logo that plays before the movie.
I'm finally on board with...
It's brilliant.
I'm finally on board with the D-Boy's a kook thing.
Oh, you gotta
Finally.
love D-Boy.
I was like, what are you guys talking about? He seems
D-Boy's
pretty
the
normal.
best.
He's obsessed with Lionsgate sucking.
I have a list of emails that I've been collecting from D-Boy for the last 5 years.
shit.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do with him yet.
Put him in a book.
There's something there that his emails that he gives to all of us.
Pitch it as a movie to Lionsgate to piss them off.
They'll probably make
They're
it
making a
something.
movie about you. They'll make. You'll hate that.
Yeah, give it
too.
to Derek. He'll do something with it. Fuck it. He don't care. He'll produce something with that.
God damn, that's great.
All right. Hey, speaking of other movies, the This Is It. Sam, you going to go see This Is It?
Yeah, I will see that.
Why?
Because it looks good.
It's the Michael Jackson thing they put together with some a little rehearsal footage. He dies, so they make a movie out of it.
Who put that out? Warner Brothers?
I don't know. Yeah.
You like that? It always reminds me. I keep thinking a cartoon's going to start.
You know
I
what?
like that. The big WB.
Yeah, it gets you all excited.
And then the movie starts. You're like, what's this?
Oh, yeah.
You know what Michael Jackson's father's saying about This Is It?
What?
That they use body doubles?
They didn't use
Because if you remember when the whole Michael Jackson thing came down, they said he wasn't in any shape to perform or rehearse for this big tour of his. And now the movie comes out and it shows that he was in top form.
They didn't use any
And
body
Joe Jackson's like, yeah, that's because they used body doubles.
Wow. He would know.
Sure he would.
And
How
he's-
would he know?
He punched out
because
for
it's
the
his
original
own-
enough.
Yeah, it's his own son.
Because they used body doubles when he was touring in 1997 because he was scared of the pyrotechnics.
Really?
Joe Jackson said he used body doubles back then.
So when he'd come out on the stage and just kind of do a pose like a stupid
everything-
pose and things would blow up, it wasn't him?
That's what Joe Jackson's
Wow.
saying today. Michael Jackson's dad has panned This Is It and accused makers of the documentary of using Jackson body doubles to fool viewers.
Leave it to Columbia Pictures.
You got to.
They're known for body doubles in their movies.
Really?
Yes. Oh, Columbia's notorious for that.
You got to think Joe Jackson doesn't get a piece of the action, so of course he's saying this, right? This movie features body doubles, no doubt about it. Joe Jackson told yesterday's edition of London's News of the World, I think people will tear this movie apart.
And what's the woman in the beginning of Columbia Pictures? Is it the Statue of Liberty? Is it not? Who is it?
knows?
I
It's
don't
a
know.
mystery.
It's a fucking
Mystery for everybody.
Who is she?
And of course, it should be said the representation for this movie are shutting down that, saying no,
Really?
there were not body doubles.
Of
so,
course not. I'll have to judge it for myself, but I don't believe that.
I like the triangle and TriStar.
Ah, yeah. Oh,
Horse jumping.
the horse jumping through. Dun, 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 dun. Yes.
We got, you know what? It's funny that Jimmy mentions that because the next paragraph says, this report is pure garbage, said Steve Elzer of the Columbia TriStar Motion Picture Group.
Wow.
So, there you go.
Oh, yeah, well, Columbia always reminds me, the old one, of the Three Stooges. Because that would play before the Three Stooges came. I can't believe we're talking movie company.
No, because you got to take care of D-Boy. He hates Lionsgate. I think we all should be on board.
Fuck Lionsgate and their asses.
No, Lionsgate makes a
That's what I
lot of
say.
good movies.
Shut up, Rob
All
Zombie
6 Saw
fucking
movies.
Mo.
Don't they make the WWE movies, someone is saying?
Well, WWE has its own production house now.
So they don't need Lionsgate?
No, they got WWE films.
Ugh.
What's wrong with that?
What dud after dud is going to come out of that fucking overacted movie after overacted
How much
movie?
money does Vince need?
They switched
How about
their
he-
shit
He
factory.
doesn't know the movie business, so he should get one of these movie houses to help him out.
They switched their business model to mainly focusing on the straight-to-DVD category.
Is that what they did?
I wonder why.
Yeah.
But The Condemned, starring Stone Cold Steve Austin, was the one movie that I don't care who you are. That was a good movie. That's it.
Stop it.
Have you? Who's seen it?
And
I
that's
didn't
why
try
you
to
will
make.
not be talking movies ever again.
But
on
you
this
guys
show.
haven't seen it.
How is he good in it?
It was just an awesome movie. It's awesome. He just kills a
Let
bunch
me
of
tell
guys.
you
He's
an
stuck on an
awesome
island.
wrestler movie.
Okay.
They Live. Awesome movie with
Yeah, that was
Roddy
awesome, too.
Piper. No, not Awesome 2. That was awesome.
But you didn't see The Condemned.
Yeah,
I
but
mean-
I don't want to see any new wrestler in a movie because
Stone Cold.
And what's he doing? What does he play?
He's a guy who is on death row, and they ship death row inmates to an island for a new reality show where only one gets off the island. Everybody else has to die.
Cool, The Running Man. That sounds really good.
Yeah, that's good. Running Man, Con Air, whatever.
Bunch of death row. Why do they have to be death row inmates?
Death row inmates.
And they're
Yeah.
sentenced
What was he
to death.
wrongly convicted for something?
He was.
Of course he was. Of course course he was.
Sure.
What a pile of shite.
Wrongly convicted.
God forbid he was a guy who just killed a child while making pornography with her.
He wouldn't be very sympathetic.
Exactly.
He tells me he was wrongly cast.
Yes.
As a fucking actor.
I didn't say he broke new ground. I said he was awesome.
Yeah.
Why
There's
didn't he
a
ever make
difference.
another movie then, Sam?
He's filming movies right now, as a matter of fact. He's in Hollywood, CA.
What was his name in it? It's probably some. I guarantee you,
Danny
it
would have to
wasn't.
look
It
it
wasn't
up.
fucking. Arnie Frumpkin. It wasn't some
Yeah.
kind of a normal name.
It's got to be some kind of a tough
Yeah.
name. What
Yeah.
was his name?
Yeah, Tex Punch'em.
The movie that Sam's talking about got 60% positive reviews on Rotten Tomatoes.
I don't listen to the critics.
Holy shit.
Yeah, he's wrongly convicted.
Yeah.
Boo.
Boo.
What is it?
I want to know who he is.
There it is, right there.
Oh, there he is. Who is he? Who is he?
We're gonna
The
find out
sign,
in a
by the
second.
way, the sign of a shit movie sometimes is the cornball names
He's
they give
only
him.
got one name?
What's his name?
They go like,
Conrad.
yeah, Conrad.
Conrad.
Hey, look out. Here comes Conrad.
That's pretty predictable.
What's get it? Because Conrad.
Oh, Jack Conrad. Jack
Of course.
Conrad.
Like a bad fucking 50s novel. Detective Jack Conrad here. How terrible.
Let's see. Jack Conrad is awaiting the death penalty in a corrupt Central American prison.
See?
He is purchased by a wealthy television producer and taken to a desolate island where he must fight to the death against 9 other condemned killers from all corners of the world, with freedom going to the survivor.
That's right. It's kind of similar to the Japanese movie Battle Royale, but this one is done with adults. That one was done with like 8th graders on an island.
Well, that's called fucking, what was that?
Lord of the Flies.
Yeah.
Right.
yeah, but they got weapons and stuff, and they blow
Lord
up.
of the Flies have weapons. They
Yeah,
have
but they
big
didn't have
boulders
bombs.
and fucking spears.
Plus, the freedom wasn't granted to the sole survivor in Lord of the Flies.
Does
the
Stone?
fries.
Does Stone? That's Iraq. Does Stone Cold do a wrestling move on somebody in the movie?
No, he doesn't
That's
do.
gotta be. Come on.
That's Jack.
He does the Stone Cold Stunner, doesn't
But I'll bet he
No,
says
he does
something
not.
really witty after killing someone. That's for Sherry. Or some stupid remark.
Some line. Does he say, and that's the bottom line?
No, he is not.
No?
He's Jack Conrad, not Stone Cold Steve.
We got to get lines from this movie.
Something. He's got to do
Oh,
something
yeah.
Stone Coldish. So the wrestling fans that see it could go, look, he just did what he does in wrestling.
Maybe shakes the fucking Budweiser.
Luckily,
sprays
I
it
have
on his victim.
I have it on DVD, so I'll be able to find
Could
it.
you- yeah, but you're going to pick the good lines. We want the basic lines.
They're
from the
all
movie.
good lines.
All right, that's fine. The challenge is on. All right, guys, thank you. That's the movie segment.
That's
for
our
now.
movie segment. I liked it.
How was John Cena's movie? by the way?
D-Boy.
I mean, that's one where I would say The Condemned would be one that I preferred.
What was John Cena's movie?
Oh, you're smiling. You didn't like the John? He's
had 2 movies.
What were they?
The Marine.
Yeah.
And I think, what's it called? 21 rounds.
And his acting in the commercial for the new game, too.
The SmackDown game.
Where he yells, pulls down the newspaper and yells.
Is it good?
Yeah.
He yells 2 words, and you could tell what a shit actor.
Can we see that?
Dude,
he's a friend.
I like John too, but
I mean, well, I guess this is what we do to our friends. That's true.
Yeah.
we really
shit
don't.
all over them.
Yeah, we just, why do we do that?
Hence, we sit here all alone day after day with no guests. Boy, and we wonder why.
He won the title last night. He's a WWE champion again.
What?
He won the world title. He won the WWE championship.
Enough of you.
We got some Bernie Madoff news after the break.
I'm so happy about
You
this.
like this, right,
Fuck,
Jimmy?
How do you not?
Don't say another thing. There's your tease. And remember Mermaid Girl?
The one with the 2 feet that were welded together?
Where we couldn't figure out how she would pee and
Yeah.
stuff? She had like one mess where
here
your
it is.
leg should be. Oh, you want to hear
Here's
this?
John Cena at the end.
At the end of what?
Yeah.
What is this?
I don't know.
It's a commercial for
The new wrestling game?
Game, yeah. SmackDown versus Raw.
Morning, Josh. Made your favorite.
Oh, I created him for a match.
Why is the audio so low today?
I think it might be
Stop
just.
creating superstars, Josh.
It's Joshinator.
No.
Can we just go to the end? I can't watch this. Thanks.
Match today, Cena.
Oh, come on! Hey there.
That's actually the long version, which is better than the short version.
Wow,
Yeah.
is that bad?
He was hitting, you notice in the end he's kind of giving his mom away. Yeah.
Hey there.
That's good.
Good switch.
All right, listen.
Oof.
The energy just left the room, Sam.
I want to see which one of his movies did you prefer least?
Oh my God, we're still talking about John
Oh
Cena.
my God.
Please, let's just cut our
Come
losses.
on, N-word has to eat.
I guess.
Yeah, let's just go to break.
The Marine might have been better. I'm not sure which one I preferred over the other.
Yeah, I bet.
Is the only thing.
Right.
These guys have lines from The Condemned. John and PA. John.
Yeah, what's up, guys?
Hey.
Hey, one of the famous lines on there, they asked Stone Cold where he was from, and he said a little town called Fuck Your Mother.
See?
I actually don't mind that. That's kind of rough.
It's an R-rated movie. It's a good movie.
Little town called Fuck Your Mother.
I actually like that line.
All right.
Yes.
Not bad.
Do you know what Kenny says, by the way, when people ask him where he's from?
What?
It's the greatest. Wait, let Kenny tell you where this. What he's
Kenny around?
Because he's adult.
Kenny?
Oh, here he comes.
Please,
Look at him. He's running in.
Hey, Kenny, where are you from?
Oh,
I'm from Decimal Point, Long Island.
where's that?
It's way out. It's a very small, affluent community.
He says that every time people ask where he's from.
Decimal Point.
It's a
Because there are a
small-
lot of points on Long Island.
Yeah, yeah.
Montauk, Orient.
But it's a
Kings.
small affluent community.
Affluent community.
Why is he turning
Decimal
red?
Point.
I've never seen Kenny turn red
That's very
before.
funny.
You are an ass.
I love it.
It's a very small, affluent community.
Affluent.
There's no reason for that. Because somebody will go, where are you guys from? I'll go, I'm raised in Jersey. Decimal Point, Long Island. It's a very small, affluent community. Community.
Very good. Another guy has a Condemned line. Mike and Stony Point. Even though we're trying to go to break here, what do you got,
Stony
Mike?
Point, see? It's like Decimal
Hey,
Point.
what's up, boys?
Hey.
I got the best line from that movie.
Yeah.
The winner, Jack Conrad. The winner, Jack Conrad. All right, punch
It's
it
a
up.
good place to leave off, I think.
Cool. I'm looking at Willem Dafoe's awful fucking hairdo on Pix 11. Holy shit. Where do you see it?
Oh, really?
Yeah, oh, boy. That is terrible.
Oh, wow.
We had him on once.
Yeah, he was good.
He never came back.
Oh, why would he?
We had a good time with him.
We had a horrible movie to promote for him.
Mick Foley was in that movie.
He looked better
course he
running
was.
for the chopper in Platoon.
Yes. Jesus.
I try to like that movie, too.
Oh, it's fucking stunk like a... I've opened bags of shit that had a nicer fucking smell than that movie. It was horrendous. We had to fake it. Bunch of phony balonies. Ah, good job. I thought it was good. Fucking weasels.
We always get these big stars when they're promoting the worst
They're
movie
shit
they ever
movies,
made.
right.
I don't understand that. Why can't they come in for the good stuff?
For the good movies.
Poops and Shoots and Ladders. I don't know what the fuck this is.
Oh.
I know what this is.
Is it,
I
is it
mentioned
bad?
it.
Steve has been trying to shove this one down our throats for a while now.
It's just kids playing a game.
Oh, no, it's bad.
Just kids playing a game.
We're going to break with this, and we'll continue.
I'm bored. Yeah, me too. I hate rainy days.
I got a game for you.
Who the hell are you?
Shut up.
What's that you're holding?
It's a new game. Poop, Shoots, and Ladders.
That doesn't look like fun.
Quiet.
Yeah, and you smell like whiskey.
Fuck this. Let's play another game. It's called Fuck Goose. Everybody get a circle.
But there's only two of us.
Shut up.
I'm calling the police.
Oh, fuck this.
Who the hell was that? I don't know, but I'm scared.
Poop, Shoots, and Ladders. And Fuck Goose. Fun for the whole family. From your friends at Parento Games. Parento Games.
Ow, my fanny!
Oh, we can crank this up a little bit.
Bam, bam.
It's Opie and Anthony starring little Jimmy Norton.
I got a hello from, I was in the United Airlines lounge. I had to fly United back to Buffalo. And, 4-hour delay because the flight was canceled, as opposed to the last flight when they lost my fucking luggage. Great airline. And I see a black man just staring at me, smiling.
Uh-oh.
And I'm like, did I know you with a wig at one point? And it was Ian Smith. And he's bald now. I didn't recognize him.
Oh, fucking Ian Smith. How's he doing?
He's living in Chicago now. That's why he hasn't been around. And he says, excuse me, he says, it overcomes me when I'm kissing sometimes, too. He says hello, and he's doing great, and he looked great, and,
Was he shaved his head?
Yeah, he said K-Fed's actually a really nice guy. He's like, man, it's amazing what the media tells you, because he's like, the guy's the sweetest guy. Like, he said, the show's
He's part
going
of
well.
Celebrity Fit Club, this K-Fed, right?
I bet him. He's a really nice dude.
Right on, man.
Oh.
Dr. Ian Smith is a big star now.
Yes, he is.
He's just a local fucking guy on TV here in New York.
Yep.
Now, did you step up to him, or did he step up to you?
I was sitting there, in the
Very
lounge.
important.
I had a nightmare experience with United again. And
why they cancel the flight?
Mechanical problems.
Oh,
They
you
told
want
us
them to do that.
on the way. Kenny called me 5:20 LA time. He goes, they canceled.
Better on the ground than
Yes.
his face. Fucking Rickles' face in Casino when he tells that Japanese guy that the plane's broke, and he goes, "Better here on the ground than and points and looks up in the air. Best face ever.
So they canceled my flight, and I go into the first class United lounge, and it's the international lounge, and so I walk up to the lady after because some guy lets me in. And she's like, well, you flying international? I'm like, no. And she's like, well, you're not supposed to be in here. I'm like, well, they canceled my flight and wrecked my day by 4.5 hours, so I figured they were just being courteous. And she goes, we don't use this lounge as an amenity for canceled flights. But I guess since somebody let you in. She was like the cunty lady.
How bad did you want to just throw hot coffee in her
Dude,
face?
I wanted
How
to
bad?
spit in her face. If they would have said, if she would have
you.
said to leave, there would have been a problem with me at the airport.
Yeah.
I was so aggravated.
And you know what? There's nothing special in those fucking lounges to
No.
begin with.
No.
Maybe a chair that you could actually sit on because there's less people. That's about it.
It was a 15-hour travel day because United fucked up.
And she had to like fucking rub it in even more. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, it was like the mom in a bad 80s movie. Like I was the kid from across the tracks who wanted to bang the hot daughter.
Right.
You're not from around here, bub. Fucking
You're Laura Dern's parents in Mask. Come, let's go now.
No, I'm Mask. She's Laura Dern's parents.
Yes.
You said I was Laura
right.
Dern's parents.
Oh, well, you could be too. No, I don't.
She's the greatest.
I know
She's
you're
not home, big head.
Yeah.
Mom says I look like a lion. No, you don't.
Here he is. Come here, meet my parents. And they're like, oh, Christ, what's this monster walking over here? Oh, shit, that's him.
Favorite things, the sun on my face.
Sun on my face. Things I hate.
Yeah.
The sun in my face.
The sun and the darkness in my face because it's so big it covers all time zones. I hate the sun on the right side and the darkness on the left.
Eclipse head. My whore mother.
Yes, the bikers who molest me after they do crank. The bikers who do crank and then fuck my face angrily for hours at a time.
Oh, look what happened to her crystal meth-lined womb. That fucking monstrosity came out. Oh, Rocky Dennis.
Fucking great movie.
Try to
That
sleep.
shit. So what happened in the international? Is there more to that story? Or that's pretty much
No,
it.
no, just
that
saying
she was the gatekeeper and didn't want to let you in.
Well, I was already in, and that's why she didn't ask me to leave. I was really nasty to her, though. I was
Good for
really,
you. Fuck you.
It's like you canceled my flight, and the last flight before that, they fucking lost my luggage. What a shit airline. But at least they had pillows and blankets in first. Continental yanked them.
They yanked the pillows and blankets from first class.
Fucking asshole airlines, man.
And
So
what?
now you
And that's going to make the difference? Make
Yeah.
up the difference?
It's amazing.
We understand they're having a tough time, but how does that make up the
Because
difference?
other airlines did it, so then they did
I
it.
love how they're charging for luggage now. Who doesn't travel with luggage? It should be part of the deal.
Yeah.
I'm flying somewhere. I bought a ticket on your airline. Can you please take my clothes too?
I'm Mr. Carry-On now, man.
Me too.
I am Mr. fucking
That's
Carry-On.
the easiest thing to do.
Captain Carry-On. That's what they call me.
But still, I mean, come on. That's just ridiculous.
Yeah, it is. It's stupid.
I always travel with beach balls, so I have to pack them in my suitcase. I have sometimes 8 to 10 beach balls because I want my room to feel festive when I arrive.
That'll do it.
But it will.
As a society, how do we allow this shit to happen? That's what confuses me.
Because you got to fly, and they got control over everything.
I like going to sporting events when, you know, the old days, you bought a ticket. I know we've done this break a lot, but it just drives me nuts. You buy a ticket to a sporting event, and you used to just park because you bought the ticket to see their thing.
Oh, yeah.
So they should be providing parking.
No.
That's like inviting someone to your house and saying, oh, you can't park in my driveway. You're gonna, if you pay me, I'll let you park in my driveway. But you invited me to your house, Anthony Cumia. I should be able to park in your driveway.
Just give me a great idea.
What are you doing for Halloween, by the way?
Big Halloween
I
party.
do believe I'm trying to get a Halloween party together. Yeah, at the house.
Oh,
I have a costume.
Yeah. Oh, you do?
A costume?
What costume?
Well, then you'll know it's me if I tell you, won't you?
Oh no. That would be wonderful. What a pleasure it would be to have Ted Sheckler at the house.
If you have a Halloween party, you'll never recognize Ted, though, because you might not be able to see his face, and you won't know who he is.
Oh, really?
That's right.
But what? Just because of the mustache?
I don't have a mustache. I need one. I would love to get a mustache.
The mustache. If you start growing it now, you'll look silly.
Believe me, if I didn't have to do Leno Thursday, I would shave my head into Uncle Paul and be Uncle Paul, but I can't do it because I got to do fucking
Uncle Paul.
I got to do fucking Hannity tonight and Red Eye tomorrow and then Leno Thursday. It's a busy TV week for the motherfucking
Wow,
kid.
you are on the
busy
tube.
week for the motherfucking kid.
On the tube.
They're all fighting for you, Jimmy.
No, they're not. They're all just settled this week.
No. No.
I wonder who's on Hannity tonight.
All right, let's move on. So, speaking of aeroplanes.
Yes.
What the fuck is the latest on that flight that went 150 miles past the airport?
Well,
they're all coming out saying, "Fuck no, we weren't sleeping."
Yeah, they interviewed the pilots.
Was there a broad pilot? Was there a broad and a guy? Was there some funny business going on?
I don't know. I was thinking that, but I didn't know. They didn't say. I don't know.
What do you think happened? They said they were trying to get their attention with bells and whistles, and there were some knocking at the door.
I'm thinking snoozing. I think they went to sleep. Fell asleep, overshot the runway, or overshot the airport.
But that doesn't make sense either, because you would wake up if there's a big alarm going off in the cockpit.
Yeah,
that would be your alarm clock.
What alarm?
Well, I would assume
if flying.
I would assume if there's some kind of alarm that goes off in the cockpit, it's pretty impressive. It's not a quiet little one that slowly wakes you up and slowly alerts you.
I don't think there's an alarm clock in there that you set.
No, I know,
to wake
but
up.
I mean, no, but I'm saying they wouldn't even wake up when they were trying to alert them.
Oh, well, maybe they had their fucking headphones off. Who knows?
I don't understand either.
All I'm saying is this doesn't make sense.
Sounds like some mouth fucking was going on up there.
Thank you, Jimmy.
Mouth fucking?
Yep. That's what the mainstream media is not going to tell you.
Nope, that's what I'll say. I think there was mouth fucking. Yep.
Well, the FAA knows now because they talked to them, but they're not letting out any info yet.
Why?
Well, what was the official reason from the pilots?
They said they were doing coke and they spilled some on the rug and they fucking overshot the airport and they're sorry.
They said they were having a heated discussion about something pilot related.
Couldn't that wait until they were on the ground?
Well, and it took them out of the whole, let's fly the plane to the destination part of the flight.
What could you have been arguing about?
Yeah.
That's more important than not running out of gas.
Wings are good.
Yes.
No, they're not.
One guy thinks
they are.
The one guy thinks they should just be shot like a cannonball and land on a giant rubber thing at their destination.
The other guy thinks the way we're doing it now is just dandy.
Is fine. And the other guy goes, no, it will cut down on fuel if they shoot us out of a cannon and we land on a rubber thing. And we bounce.
They probably just had some horrendous argument.
It could have been an argument, but
wind shears or something. Some just
something
dumb
stupid.
thing.
Nah, I'm thinking if they were trying to get in touch with them and couldn't, and someone knocked on the door and couldn't get them, they were probably fast asleep.
But here's the latest that came out today. We were not asleep. We were not having an argument. We were not having a fight, Cole said.
Oh, well.
But would not discuss why it took so long for him and the flight captain to respond to radio calls.
I bet they were discussing the validity of interracial marriages. The one guy was saying it should be tolerated. The other guy was saying it's a blight against God and society. And they were arguing about that, and they don't want to say it.
All right. At least it was worth it.
Or something really politically incorrect they can't admit. Yeah. We were talking about Asian cocks, all right? You got us. Are they as big as black cocks? We say no.
What the fuck
they
is
have
this
the
about?
black box recording.
Right.
So they can hear what was going on or what wasn't going on. If it's dead silence for the whole time, you know there was I'll suck your cock.
Imagine the feeling though. Like you're fucking up there and you're asleep and realize, oh my God, we overshot the airport by 150 miles. How are we going to explain this?
How about the dumb passengers in the back just smiling, watching the movies with their headphones on, and there's the people in charge of the plane. The plane is now just running itself.
It's just 400
hurtling through the cosmos
hurtling
with two fucking
guys asleep at the wheel.
There.
I mean, you fall asleep for a split second on the highway. When you wake up, you're in a complete panic. You don't know how long you were asleep.
Yeah, try to figure out where you are.
They were
After
asleep.
overshooting, you got to start looking at some shit and go, were you asleep? I was asleep. Holy shit. Dude, where are we? Holy fuck.
shit.
Oh, my God, 125 miles. Turn this fucking thing around. Oh, we are so fucked.
How much fucking fuel do we have?
Yeah, did we? Oh, my
Was it a long flight?
I don't know.
I think it was a. I'm not sure.
They always have enough to circle for a while or divert, but you better have enough fuel. You imagine if it was LAX and you overshot into the Pacific. That happened not too long ago, too.
Oh.
And that's the worst because there's nowhere to land.
And then you're just like looking around. Whoa, fuck a minute. Wait a minute.
Hope that's a big pool or we're fucked.
What happened to California? It finally cracked off and fell into the ocean. I hope.
Just shows you how easy it is to fly, though, right? Just shows you how easy it is to fly.
Oh, on autopilot?
Well, whatever the fuck they're doing up there for.
San Diego to Minnesota.
That's a long flight.
Yep.
They were asleep.
There's probably thermite paint on the controls.
They probably made a deal.
Idiot.
They probably made the deal like, you fall asleep, I got this, and then the other guy that was supposed to be awake said, oh, fuck, I can't. I'm done, I'm tired.
Like Junior in Platoon.
They probably said, look, I could fall asleep for 10 minutes on autopilot. I'm just gonna fucking fall asleep for a few minutes here. A little quick cat nap. What?
This guy gave me a book to read, but it smells like fucking like it was in his room with French fries.
Ew!
Who's the guy?
I don't know. He was a fan. Oh, smell this book. It's not
creep.
Just like fan it yourself. Like flick the pages at yourself. It's a smelly book.
That book stinks.
I want to read it. Actually, it smells. It's not disgusting. It just smells like something that's had food next to it.
Oh, God, it's like mildewy, though.
It sounds like it was in somebody's car and like they just ate in their car and smoked in their car. And
Yeah.
I don't want a smelly book.
Bunch of French fries dried up under the seat.
Doesn't that what it smells like?
Maybe the book was in a flood.
No, it's not that type of mildew.
No?
No.
It's horrible.
I know. Why couldn't he have had it under a girl's vagina? It smells like Heine and vagina. Ooh, good. I'll read this.
I'm in.
More info. Bert in Delaware. Bert?
What up, Bert?
Hey, buddy.
Hey.
I got an idea for you. I think they said that the cockpit recorders only recorded the last half hour. I think they fucked up somehow and realized they got to burn another hour before they can retrieve whatever they were doing up there.
All right.
What?
That stopped that topic.
Yeah.
Hey, Jimmy Madoff. What do we got on Madoff's billionaire friend here?
Well,
you love these stories.
Happily,
I think
he
most
was-
of us love these stories.
Yep. Happily, the guy that made $7 billion, I think that's the quote off of Madoff's scheme, was found floating face first, dead in his pool.
Ooh.
And good.
In Palm Beach, Florida.
Good.
Suspicious or not?
Don't know.
Palm Beach Fire Department told ABC News that Pecauer, it looks like, had no pulse when fire rescue workers arrived at the oceanfront mansion. After his wife called 911, she and his housekeeper pulled his body from the pool shortly after noon.
Goody. Bye-bye.
I think it's a coincidence.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe he had a heart attack while he was swimming or
No one
whatever.
benefited more from the Madoff scheme than this guy, Pecauer, according to bankruptcy lawyers who sued him and alleged he had taken over $7 billion more than he had put in. So maybe he had a bunch of stress knowing they were looking into his finances.
Wow.
Hopefully he was ready to go to jail, and then he just fucking had a heart attack and fell bald face first right into that pool and died. Fucking prick.
It's over, Johnny.
And he was going to face criminal charges. So maybe he fucking killed himself.
I hope so. These guys should. I'm telling you, the penalty for these guys should be they should be shot through the fucking knees.
Ooh,
they should really be dealt with
that
harshly.
would hurt Jimmy. That's too much pain.
He made 30 times what Madoff did from the scam, and about a third of the missing money went to Pecauer. Wow. Holy shit, this guy made a boatload.
Yeah. He's like, go fuck yourself,
So
everybody else. I made money.
He's dead.
Good.
Dead.
Bye.
He's dead.
And so is Mermaid Girl.
Oh, that mermaid thing?
I think she made it to 10 years old.
How old?
She was born with her legs fused together, so we couldn't figure out how she pooped
way.
and
10
peed.
years old?
I believe so.
How'd you go to the bathroom?
I don't know.
Maybe
We
it's
asked
just the
all these
top of the
questions at
legs.
the time.
They cut the legs apart, though, right?
Did they?
Yeah, they did like an operation.
Oh, hold on. Before we move on to another story, there's a couple good phone calls coming. We're going to start with Andrew, and then we're going to go to Adam in Kansas City. Andrew, what's up?
Hey, gentlemen.
Hey, by the way, I know, but I have to say it. The game of the week was that fucking Steelers game yesterday.
Absolutely. We showed Brett Favre where he stands in the world.
Well, he got fucked on a bad call with that weird tripping call, but whatever. Congratulations to you Steeler fans out there. What do you got, Andrew?
I'm a pilot, and I just want to point out that this falling asleep shit happens all the time. Crossing the pond, crossing the country, one of you stays awake, answers the radios, the other one
takes cat naps. And when you think about 150 miles in the context of an airplane, you're moving 8 miles a minute. So that's really only 18 to 20 minutes that they are were both out.
So you're openly admitting as a pilot that you guys do make deals and go, okay, you sleep for a while, I'll fly this day.
Absolutely. I'm in the military, and we keep really bad hours. They keep us going constantly. So I can't speak for the civilians, but this happens almost every flight.
It's not. It's known that that's done though, isn't it? It's like common practice,
right?
It's really not an issue usually.
Yeah.
Usually somebody stays awake and answers.
Yeah, as long as someone's at the controls.
Well, that's what we're thinking now. So they made that deal. You nap for a little while, and the guy that said I could stay awake obviously couldn't. They were asleep. Come on, what else was happening?
In the old days, they had like the fucking captain, and then the first officer, and the navigator, and a communications guy.
So they knocked all those guys out,
decks
right?
Were huge, yeah. And then now there's 2 guys up there. That's it. Little more of a chance of both of them snoozing.
Sure. Let me go to Adam in Kansas City. Adam.
Anthony, will you please do the bit where the pilot wakes up thinking everything's okay?
Do we have any airplane noises?
Airplane noises.
Oh, yeah, here we go.
Oh, shit. Oh, God, was I tired. Oh, my God. Do I have work today? Is it Saturday? No, I think it's... Yeah, all right. I'm going to sleep in a little bit because... Holy shit, I'm at work flying a plane! Where the fuck am I? Holy shit, I was sleeping! Oh, my God! You know that's what happens. You freak out.
As funny as that is, that's probably exactly what happened.
Like, he starts checking his fucking GPS and shit.
You think the 2 pilots are crying at each other? Like, oh, we're so fucked.
Wake up, you asshole!
What are you doing? You said you were going to stay awake, you fuck.
The other guy just wakes up like, what? Because he hears the other guy screaming.
Don't let me catch you fucking Z's.
Yeah, up in Z's.
He's on fire
in the
watch.
flat deck.
Yeah. I bet you don't even think I'm flying. I bet your first instinct, your first thought are childlike. Like you wake up and you see clouds, you're like, I'm in the sky. Oh, all right. This is what I do for a living.
Puffy looks like a dragon.
I'm a blade.
We got another pilot checking in. This is not good for people that are scared to fly. Go ahead, Peter.
Hey, good evening, boys.
Hey.
Happy birthday, Jimmy.
Hi.
Hey, I'm a civilian pilot. I fly for an airline, and we fall asleep a lot. It's usually you'll take turns, but especially if you're changing time zones a lot, you go to bed late and get up early. One guy will just kind of take a cat nap while the other guy monitors the radios.
How long is a cat nap?
It depends on the flight. If it's a couple hours, you'll probably knock out for about 10, 20 minutes, but you kind of do the internal check, make sure one of the guys is paying attention, so... you don't. They do it in Europe. Actually, it's a practice that's allowed in Europe. They have all these checks where the flight attendants will knock on the door every 10 minutes or so to make sure. But there's been a lot of talk about them doing it here in the U.S. now because it's something that happens and they got to deal with it, especially after the Colgate crash. We're talking about fatigue and whatnot. So.
I don't want to know that you guys are falling asleep like we do when we road trip and you tell your friend, all right, you can drive, right? I'm going to sleep. I think you tell the story about your brother Joe and you wake up and he's sleeping too.
Yeah.
That shit's going on in the air.
So, yeah, it happens. So I think eventually they're going to pass something that'll allow us to do it legally, but, yeah, it happens. So. Punch out, boys.
Right. I know on some long flights they save a bed or like one of the first class seats for the pilots to go in and sleep if they want. The X amount of time. I forget what the distance is. Maybe 12-hour flights.
I assume the one guy that's left is wide awake.
I'm guessing they have 3 guys on those flights. There's always got to be 2 guys in the cockpit.
Fuck me.
Can't just be one guy.
Let's go to Nova Scotia. James.
Good morning, boys. Happy birthday, Jimmy.
Hi, buddy.
Hey, man.
This happens more than you think, and you're making it sound like a big deal, but really it's not. If you figure it's an A320, it's at altitude, it cruises at 460 knots, which is around 8 miles a minute. It gets a tailwind, which gives it another 2 miles a minute. So really it's doing about 10 miles a minute, so it's 15 minutes. at the later stage of flight, the first officer's doing all the paperwork in order to give when he lands, and the aircraft commander is either reading a book or has missed the radio transfer from air traffic control, and in 15 minutes is like the virtual blink of an eye in a long flight, and they go, holy shit. And when they scramble to find out what frequency they should have been on, it's easy to get 150 miles. I've seen it happen a lot.
Yeah, but think of it this way. Shouldn't they have been descending then?
No, I don't want to say...
8 minutes out, they shouldn't have been descending?
Well, you see, the problem is the A320 is probably the most automated airplane in the sky. And the old joke was, the new crew on an A320 is one dog and one pilot. The pilot's there to feed the dog, and the dog there is to bite the pilot if he touches any buttons. And
I like that. Jesus Christ.
So, they do automatic landing and takeoff, and they become so acclimated to the aircraft doing its own descent profile that all they've become is human backups for the computer. So they're toddling around doing their paperwork and realize, holy shit, they forgot to flick the button to start the flight management system approach, and there we are stuck at altitude. Like, I worked at an airport where, the guy should be around 3,200 to 2,200 feet on approach, and there you see him going over the top at 30,000 feet. You're going, hello?
Oh, shit.
And it does happen more than you think, but it's not a case of asleep or arguing. Is they more likely they missed the frequency from the last sector to new sector and weren't paying attention to what was going on.
But how did the computer on autopilot not know that they had overflown?
Because at some point you have to go from in-flight on autopilot. Autopilot will go forever at altitude so long as you don't touch anything. But there comes a certain coordinate where you say, okay, at this point, do what's called an FMS approach. He flicks the button, and the aircraft does its own descent, its own turn, right down to the pavement. So he missed the cue. It's called situational awareness is what it's called in business. He had none, or both of them had none. But it's only a blink of a time. You're talking about 15 minutes that they overflew, and it would have taken them that long to get down.
Let me ask you, can the plane actually land itself?
Absolutely. It's called an ALS, an automatic landing system. And we always used to joke about it as controllers that says, that after the pilot hears the screeching of the tires, he puts a newspaper down and says, hello, welcome to...
Oh, shit.
Hey, let me ask you, are you a pilot or you're air traffic?
I was air traffic. I had my pilot's pilot's license, but that scared the shit out of me, so I stayed on the other side of the microphone.
Do you guys get nervous? Because when I took off from Buffalo, it was an Embraer, a 51-seater, so it's a jet, but a little bumpy taking off. Do you guys get nervous when you're going through turbulence?
No, a lot of people that know me don't fly anymore because I tell them all these horror stories, and they say, a takeoff is defined as brute force over ignorance, and a landing is a controlled crash.
Right.
So, they just apply more power, and you're going to get some thermals, especially when you're around a city, because you get some convective activity off the pavement, off the runway, so that's why you get the kick in the ass, and that's why it's smooth once you get at altitude. But it's the nature of the beast, especially the small aircraft, because a small thermal will hurt you more.
But you guys aren't scared as a pilot when you're flying and you're bumping around. You know it's coming, so it's not a big deal?
No, and the other thing is, too, if you ever flown in the front of a jet, now before 9/11, we were allowed to go up on familiarization flights, so we knew how the other half of the family lived.
Right.
And the most smoothest part's in the nose of the aircraft, because everything else is getting the yaw. They don't appreciate how much the bumps are getting in the back because the point pretty much stays level and the rest of the ass gets thrown around.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, true. They're at the pivot point.
When they see the stewardess come up banging his purse on the door, that's when they know that
banging his purse. This guy's a scream.
My manager flew, I think it was Cathay Pacific or Singapore. And he said recently that they have, or it might have been Emirates, they have a camera under the fucking plane and in the front of the plane so you can monitor it and watch. You can watch the plane take off. You can watch the plane fly and look below. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, and that's scarier than payday, too, because they used to have, and I think United still does, and I know how much a big fan of United. You can listen to the conversation with the pilots and the air traffic controllers.
Yeah.
And I got in trouble one time flying from San Francisco to Chicago on United, sitting there in my seat, my headset set on, not realizing I was talking out loud, going, well, that's wrong. Well, that's wrong. He said, what? Hey, what are you doing? So you're doing a critique of the pilot flying, and the stewardess is saying, yes, sir, what's wrong?
Well,
amazing.
How long have you been in air traffic?
I just retired. I did 31 years.
Jesus.
How did you guys do it before computers now? Before there were computers, like say 1970 or before they were, what did you guys do?
It was scary because you had to do a lot of memory work. All you were getting was slashes and stuff on the scope, and you had to keep what was called flight progress strips. So you had to write like crazy to memory work. And then as computers came in, you had a whole wealth of data that some of the shit you didn't really need, but it sort of kept it all together for you. But and that's why you don't have to build any more airports per se like they did back in the 40s or 50s, because the computers have allowed air traffic to tighten up the amount of planes you put in any area without compromising safety. So you've allowed to saturate the skies and shorten the margin between airplanes, and that's what computer technology has done for you.
You guys, back those days, there should have been a crash every day.
Oh, hell yeah.
Hold on. A lot of people are saying Bravo Sierra on this guy.
Nah, I believe this guy.
Yeah, I do too.
He knows
but
too much.
Let's see what happens here. We got a pilot on the phone. Bob in Virginia. You're on with James from Nova Scotia. Go ahead, Bob.
Yeah, how you doing? You know, I'm an airline pilot. I fly domestically and internationally, and one of the things we laugh at, I mean, the guy's an air traffic controller. He knows certainly part of the industry, but he's not a pilot, and he's certainly not an airline pilot. And he may know a little bit about the Airbus, but, you know, when we're on our airplanes and we're seeing the passengers come on board, we always laugh at the guy that comes on wearing a baseball cap that says pilot. And this is, you know, he's one of those guys that it sounds like that. A lot of his stuff is just way embellished.
What's he wrong? What's he wrong about? Tell us.
Aircraft are highly automated. There's no doubt about that. I fly one of the most advanced 737s that's ever been produced. And I do coast-to-coast stuff, backside of the clock, completely against circadian rhythm. And it's a very difficult thing for the human body. And unfortunately, we are... you know, we're slaves to what the company can schedule us to do legally, which isn't always the safest thing to do. And even though the aircraft are highly automated, the pilots, they have to put all the information in, and they have to tell it to do everything it's going to do.
So wait, are you saying
what I said? When I said with an autopilot, you're going to make a transition to an FMS approach. It doesn't do that. It's on. And are you telling me in your career you never missed a radio call from an air traffic control from one sector to another?
Oh, absolutely. We miss radio calls all the time.
That's what I'm saying. So I was defending the pilot by saying that they weren't arguing, they weren't asleep. They probably missed a radio call, and that's how come they, you know, that's easy to do. I've seen it happen a lot. And I never claimed to be a pilot,
but I don't miss radio calls.
I wasn't eligible.
I'd like to hear this discussion actually
Now we know why.
while they're flying.
Now we know why the pilot overshot the...
Hey, listen, you fucking asshole. I'm flying this thing. What do you think?
Probably just argue with air traffic control.
So what, you both acknowledge that the other one is legit, right?
Oh, yeah. You know, he sounds like somebody that would say,
Oh, God.
Yeah, here we go. Whatever, you know, that's the air traffic controllers against the pilot, and I guess that's always going to be a bone of contention somewhere. But one of you, either O and A, was right. We do start a descent well before the airport. If we're 37,000 feet approaching the airport, our procedure is we brief the descent procedures that we're following, and we follow usually a very predetermined descent profile that goes to the airport, where we then switch to a very determined approach profile, which then takes us down to the runway.
Which is called an FMS approach. So if they didn't miss the radio call...
9% of the landings are done by the pilots. It's very rare that pilots do an auto land where the aircraft lands itself.
That's what I said.
The fun of my job is taking off and landing. That's the funnest thing I'm going to do. I'm not going to sit there and let the airplane land itself every time. We do that on a regular basis to make sure the aircraft's mechanical capabilities are up to speed, and it can do it when it needs to do it or when our procedures call for it to be done. But we land the airplane. And in order to leave 30,000 feet to get to our airport and be at an altitude where we can begin an approach profile all the way down to the runway, we twist in and dial in the altitude we want the airplane to then go to and tell the computer to switch modes, and we're doing that miles and miles out.
No kidding. Like usually you start your descent profile from the mid 30,000 more than 150 miles back, especially on an SMS approach where you want to determine the best use of gas and the best pilot comfort. I understand that. My point was at the start of this, by simply missing a radio call and being distracted for a short period of time could lead to this pilot being off course. I was having a little fun at your expense. Get over it.
Yeah, you're right about that. It could have been a simple one missed call, and there are just discussions in the cockpit, and it's easy to miss that. And at some point, you are going to look down and say, holy crap, where are we? That's the airport behind us. I don't dispute that at all. But as far as the level of participation in the cockpit for what the pilot is doing with the airplane, no, we fly the airplanes, and a lot of times when we're flying the airplanes, airplanes are very complex pieces of machinery. A lot of times, certain things in there don't work.
Can I point out, this is degenerated to the pilot going, it's hard,
We've all been in that position.
What I do is hard.
Right. Because you have nothing else.
Joke that the crew of an Airbus is a dog and a pilot, like I just invented that. You've never heard that before?
Oh, that's a freaking hilarious joke, absolutely. And as the airplane operated, you heard a lot about that. But it's like your computer at home. If you program a bunch of crap into your computer at home, it's not going to do anything.
All right, excuse me. I got to jump in for a second because Brian in Poughkeepsie has a very good idea. I mean, you guys are going back and fighting and stuff. After you make your point, could you please say over? Please.
We never say over.
No, it's never over.
No.
I got to ask the pilot something, though.
Uh-oh.
Don't you also, because I've noticed this on approach a lot of times, if there's a lot of thunderclouds and whatnot, you guys will kind of weave through them and find clear air in between the clouds.
Absolutely. There's, the updraft and downdraft and turbulence inside of a towering cumulus type of thunderstorm can be very severe.
Yeah, so you guys kind of avoid those.
Absolutely. It's part of our operating standard. We are required to maintain a certain distance from those clouds because of that. And that's why you'll see them doing that, weaving all over the place, both climbing out and descending. They really don't want to be going through the clouds. It's just too bumpy and uncomfortable for everybody on the aircraft. The aircraft could handle it.
All right. And thank you. We're going to hand you off now to, I guess, your wife or girlfriend. Thanks a lot.
Hey, what do you guys think of Sully and what he did?
That guy was, cool.
He just pressed a button and the fucking plane landed
Exactly.
in the water.
The dog was pissing. He pressed it. He handed the dog the paper.
That's it. We got a little joke. It's called a pool party. Everybody gets out. Their feet get wet.
I love this. This has gotten into pilots are faggots, air traffic controllers eat shit. The war between these two.
But the bottom line is the pilot will always get more pussy than the air traffic controller.
That's right.
Absolutely.
The pilot goes, absolutely.
Anthony, do you know what you call a 300-pound air traffic controller?
What?
The skinny guy.
Why do you guys hate each other? Don't you have to work together?
This is hysterical. These two are depending on each other.
This isn't good. I don't want to fly anytime soon.
I love this.
Why is there such animosity?
Did you hear why Sully had to walk the cabin twice after that put down in the Hudson?
Why?
He was looking for a free newspaper.
The pilots in their newspapers. The air traffic controllers with their food.
They have no respect for each other.
No, I did. The air traffic controller, we shit on ourselves, too. I mean, I got the greatest respect for these guys. It's the best job you can get sitting down all day doing nothing. But, it's a good deal.
Hey, it's back to you, air traffic controller.
That was me.
Oh, that was
it. It's just a little self-deprecation.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's an old saying, something like, if only I had as many days off as my neighbors think I did, if only I got laid as much as my mother-in-law thinks I did, and if only I made as much money as my wife thinks I did, and then being a pilot would be a good job. So,
well, they say on layovers that pilots get sex 90% of the nights that they're laid over, and 10% of that time it's with a partner.
They're fucking comedians, these guys.
It's a hotel room. What are you going to do? Hey. They are working on legislation to allow catnaps. And I'll tell you, as passengers, here's what you guys should wish for. You should hope that your pilots are the most alert when they're doing that descent and approach to landing.
Yeah, of course.
At the end of the flight.
Yeah, that.
Hey,
makes more
a question to
sense,
both
yeah.
of you. Jimmy brought it up, and there's some suspicion that maybe these two pilots were blowing each other. Go. What do you got on that?
Nah, that's...
In the cockpit, but that's usually when one of them's a female. I don't know that. No, that stuff doesn't go on.
That'll hurt.
Usually the pilots just eat their young. They never do anything like that.
That would hurt to have the throttle in your belly as you're trying to blow the pilot.
The plane's like going down.
It's the leading on the new Airbus of handling your own joystick, I suppose.
You said there was other people that thought this guy was not being was full of shit or no?
We lost the other guy.
Okay, they know he's not.
And then there's a bunch of people. Matt in Indiana. I fly in an hour. You're scaring the shit out of me. And Adam in Fort Lauderdale. So glad that I'm driving to the airport listening to this right now.
Oh, it's fine. It's the safest mode of transportation.
What do you think? Hey, what airline has the safest aircraft, do you think?
Well, statistically, Qantas, because they never pranked anything, but it's all really, really the same. The ones, personally, that I stay away from is small airliners.
Yeah.
Because the big thing on those is maintenance. I mean, pilots are pretty much all the same as, say as controllers. I mean, they have to pass a lot of proficiency. But you want to check who's got the healthiest bottom line, because they got the most money to do preventative maintenance, and that's what's going to get you.
There you go. That's great.
Yeah, it usually is some kind of fucking.
Foreign carriers usually the biggest risk because we don't regulate their maintenance procedures, and you guys are aware of this, especially coming out of places like New York and some of the West Coast airports. You can hop on some of the foreign carriers to do your overseas flights, but the FAA, I'm sure they're aware of what those foreign carrier maintenance procedures are, but we're not. We can't tell them what to do to their airplanes. And I'd say the U.S. aircraft maintenance procedures are some of the safest in the world. And some of the aircraft, even though they may be old, in reality, they go in for these massive C checks, they call them, which is a maintenance thing where they literally tear that thing all the way down to just the sheet metal and the wires, recheck everything, replace what needs to be replaced. So a lot of times, even though an airframe might be 15, 20 years old, inside and out, the thing's brand new.
Right. And oh my God, I agree with the pilots.
You're not going to find anything better than the U.S. maintenance procedures on the U.S. carriers. And nobody really is operating a really old fleet anymore. So.
All right, final shots, because we got to take a break.
I wish I had the new contract the air traffic controllers just signed. Well, that's talk about a job doing very little but getting a whole lot of money.
Wow.
Hey, 30 years is pushing 10, and I get to retire at age 51 and live 1 mile from a golf course and go golfing every day.
My retirement after 9/11, the industry shrunk. All the management came to all the pilot groups all over the country and said, hey, we need all your pay and all your retirement to save the companies. So there's a whole lot of pilots out there that have any more retirement. So I'm telling my kids to be air traffic controllers.
Absolutely, but when they find out their parents was a pilot, they may not pass the eligibility.
Oh, shit. You're a prick.
Oh, man.
All right, guys.
I gotta go.
That's good.
All right, guys.
Contact approach.
Yeah. Hey, keep the frequency right so you don't go off in the Wobbly Yonder and get lost, you dummy.
Later.
Fucking, hey, James in Nova Scotia, if he's still listening, make sure you call the show from time to time. And Bob, you were definitely cool, too. You called back. God damn, that was fun. All right, listen, we're going to take a break. Danny found some great Mermaid Girl video. We're going to check that out. And also Jocktober.
Yes. Oh, holy shit, I almost forgot.
A special Jocktober today.
Is it a very special Jocktober?
It's not us, thank God, but it's a special one. Every year we have to do Scott and Todd. Today is the day.
Nice.
Today is the day.
Yeah, they make Jocktober
we should save this for tomorrow because we already gave these fuckers a good radio show. But you know what? We keep pushing and pushing. Scott and Todd featured today for Jocktober.
Fucking rivalry.
That was
between the air traffic controllers and pilots. You know something? You always knew it was there, but you never knew to what extent they goof on each other.
I never suspected it was there.
You didn't suspect it was there? I assume. If you watch the movie like Pushing 10, you ever see that one? Billy Bob Thornton?
No.
You see in that movie, it's not a good movie, believe me, but you see in that movie that there is this thing between the pilots and
why do they call it Pushing 10?
Because that's what you're pretty much doing is pushing fucking airplanes.
Oh, okay.
They call it tin. They're just pushing it around the skies, the runways, the fucking,
I never heard that before.
Yeah.
That term, whatever.
Pushing tin.
All right, quick break. We'll do Jocktober, Mermaid Girl, and other stuff. Stay there. Opie and Anthony, tomorrow, some of the folks from Paranormal Activity, the movie that we discussed a little earlier today.
Do you know a little trivia about that movie? Made for $15,000. I don't think many people know that.
Really?
And it's made over $60 million. Wow.
60 mil.
Wow, wait, what do you think? What do you think?
Good investment.
Quick, what do you think?
Great.
Huh?
Great. I think it's
no, that's not what it is.
Oh.
No.
Why?
Well, from a distance.
How far with the Hubble?
And it has to be said, I've liked you two for many, many years.
Oh, thanks, Hope. I feel the same.
Yeah. They sucked at SNL.
You do?
Fucking 2 new songs that I could give a shit about. And I like when they do their new stuff, when a band does their new stuff on SNL. I don't mind that. The song sucked.
Yeah.
I don't know what fucking Bono was trying to do. I don't know. And you can tell I don't know. It was the first album I bought, listened to once, and haven't put it in my my CD player
Didn't
since.
like it?
I don't know what it is. I just can't get into the new U2. And I think they played, it must be 2 songs off the new album, and I don't know. The band looked like they were just going through the motions, too. Like, this is Bono's thing.
Maybe they know, like, the album is like, meh. But they've done that before where they put out albums and it's like, what the fuck are they doing? And then they come back.
Come back strong. Well, they've been on a nice roll, so it was about time, I guess. For the most part, they've had just huge success with their albums. There's only 2 or 3 that were a complete bust.
Do we have any audio from this?
From SNL?
Yeah, from the song. I don't know what songs they are.
I mean, yeah, if you wanted to go down that road, they could get it down the hall.
I'd love to hear some of the most overrated band ever.
I love you, too.
I know.
Some of the stuff is all right, man.
I wish I don't hate them. I just think they're very overrated. But
do you really?
Completely.
You know how many bands have come and gone since you two started?
I think a lot.
Shit, the devil. That scared me. And then I think they did a YouTube concert last night. U2 doing a YouTube concert.
Yes.
But it started way too fucking late. I think it started at 8:30 Pacific time, right?
Yeah.
Did it start at like 11:30 at night or something?
Baseball game to watch.
Yeah, of course. Of course.
That's probably when it started late.
Mermaid Girl. Dead. She made it to 10 years old and she died. She was the one that had her legs. She was born with them fused together or something.
Fused.
And we thought, Aunt, you said that they separated her legs. They did not.
All right, then it's different Mermaid Girl.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm starting to think it might be a different Mermaid Girl, too.
Different Mermaid Girl.
Because the one that we talked about, that was only a year or 2 ago, right?
Yeah, and they separated her legs.
And that was like kind of a newborn. This girl made it to 10 years old. They said in this case, if they separated her legs, she would have bled to death.
Yeah.
How's she fat? The food can't leave her body.
Oh, my God. Does she have a hiney hole?
I don't know what she's
or
got.
Or a bag.
I don't know, but...
There's Sandy and Bella.
What does she say?
A big fat head.
With Cheech Marin.
This is the Little Mermaid video on YouTube.
She's on a little merry-go-round at an amusement park.
Cute, chubby girl.
In the history of the world, we've been able to find somewhere between 4 and 8 children that have been able to be described as surviving with this condition.
She is in a
Wait,
pool.
how many?
4 to 8.
4 to 8? Oh, my God.
How do they cover
from her waist down? She had no rectum, no genitalia, no uterus, no bladder, only 6 inches of large.
I wish we had no bladder. I'm kidding, Steve.
Why is my daughter here? Why has she survived? Somebody forgot to tell her that she was supposed to die.
I get it.
No rectum, no... Jesus.
Well, how'd they get the food out?
Maybe Opie's right. That's why she's fat. She can't shit.
Mom, what happened to me?
What's the next best step for her?
Terrible.
Possibly just requiring an amputation and just taking it off altogether.
I'm scared. I'm scared to tell her.
I want somebody to tell me what to do, what's the right thing to do for her.
I'm a mermaid. Some people are the same, some people are different. Some people are short, some people are tall. Look, I'm not even quite the same than all the others, but some people just like the way I am.
There's no God, by the way. There is no God.
She's a cute little chubby kid.
You know what? I'm fucking changing. That fucking depressed the shit out of me.
She's cute.
I'd be all rah-rah. Let's make fun of the little fucker.
Fuck her in the... Oh.
Jesus, man. She doesn't have an ass.
I'm actually ashamed of you.
I know. I'll leave today feeling horrible about myself like I do every day.
What did she die of? This doesn't cover her
Jesus
death.
Christ. Our fucking organs.
It's a childish question, but like, what did they do for her to go to the bathroom?
Yeah, what did they do?
I mean, it must have been a bag.
They had a colostomy bag here.
Maybe Dr. Steve could explain, because how does the poopy come out? That's all we want to know.
It's got to be liquid or it's got to be in a bag.
Where?
And then if she
Where?
had
We
no-
saw her swimming. Where the fuck was the bag?
Well, she probably takes it out when she swims.
No, I know that, but
Looks
there was
like-
no marks.
They put her in the water. It looks like a scared octopus. Oh, my God. You ever see they spray ink? Look, all I'm saying is they probably colostomy bagged her. And then the fact that she has no bladder, though, is weird. Like, I guess
That's all just poison.
They got where the waste comes out and must have funneled it into a bag. She does not look like Ariel.
No.
I must say, there's no Ariel there.
No.
She had a little personality, though. Little chubby girl.
Yeah, you know, kind of against all odds, coming back, speaking her piece.
What'd she die of, though? It stinks.
Died of one-leg-itis. That's what she has. Look at it. And then the end of her mermaid things kind of curl. She had little curly turnip feet. Where do you buy pajamas for that? I guess you got to make all their clothes.
Yeah, they don't make them. It's only been 4 to 8 in the entire history.
Yeah, that would be a bad business idea.
Yeah, that they just
Ted's Mermaid Clothing Emporium. I have Gene. Gene, would you like to buy a pair of pants?
They just cut one leg off of Steve's pants, give it to the little child.
Oh, that would be the spermaid. Get it? Because he's a homosexual.
Ted, you don't get a lot of business, though, for your
I
mermaid
certainly
clothes.
don't. I have 2 back orders, which I'm working on diligently. One will be canceled.
Why? Why cancel it? You need all the business you can get.
You're not catching that one, are you, Gregory?
No.
Oh.
See? You lost the customer.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, there's not many in the world.
Damn.
But, you know, she lived a full life.
They're beating me up, man, because they're saying that there's 10 is a full life.
Terrible.
They're beating me up because they said that the U2 SNL thing was a repeat.
But was it?
But it was new to me.
Yeah, see?
That's fucking new to me.
It's new to you.
It was new to me.
Died of pneumonia.
Wow, really?
She got a little cold, and then they got into pneumonia. She went to the hospital, ventilator.
And antibiotics.
Jesus
I guess
Christ.
God needed a disfigured freak show.
Jesus, Dan.
Thanks, Danny.
The world's largest pickled punk.
I guess God needed a new fish for his fish tank.
Yeah. She's okay now.
Yeah, and in heaven she's got 2 legs and she's running around and
Yes.
swimming and stuff and shitting normally. And
Exactly.
so
She got a little bung in heaven.
Under the sea, under the sea, darling, it's better down where
it's really low. When it's low like that, is it normal out there in radio land?
sure they work all day, out in the sun they slave away, while we devoting full time to floating under the sea.
I cannot pee. I cannot pee.
Down the fish is happy as after the wind.
And my bag is crappy.
We got one from Paul in Pittsburgh. Paul, go.
Hey, she's right. People are different. Some people are tall, some people are short, some people got no coolie hole.
Oh.
I babysat her. I didn't know what to do.
Oh, Uncle Paul.
I said, wait a minute. Where's this and that?
Julia?
Julissa.
Oh.
How about you just call yourself Julia?
Maybe
That's
Julissa.
great.
Julissa? Oh, is that just what people call you?
It's all the same.
It's really Lisa.
That's not her name.
That's very good, yeah.
She had a colostomy bag, and the funny part, or interesting part, her mother knew that she was going to be born that way, and she blamed herself for actually having her. And the reason why she was fat was because they had to do some sort of dialysis or something. They needed to fatten her up.
Oh, wow.
So the mother knew that she was going to be born that way. She chose to have her that way. And then she actually blamed herself for everything that she went through. And it's pretty sad story. And she had a colostomy bag, and to swim, they made her a wetsuit, so she can have all the stuff and obviously not infect the pool.
Oh, so she didn't leak out all over the pool, right?
What an awful life.
Yeah, that just sucks.
That's a rough
That is pretty terrible.
That's a rough life, man.
That is a rough one.
A little kid.
I complain because my cock is too big and delicious. It gets in the way of my pants.
The only way that's justified is if there is reincarnation and in a previous life that was like, Hitler or something.
Yeah, she was a 50s dancer named Legs McGillicuddy, and she was really mean to everyone. Like, there was another dancer, she spelled it Legz, and there was another dancer fucking Bonnie Gams, and fucking Legs McGillicuddy hired her mafia boyfriend to break Bonnie Gams' legs with a fucking hacksaw.
Sure, I should get the part in that show.
That's right.
Not her. Don't worry, Legs. Oh, wait a minute. Who are you?
Yes.
Your Legs, yes. Legs McGillicuddy.
Legs McGillicuddy's my girl.
Don't worry, Legs. I'll take care of her. You do that.
And then she had Bonnie Gams' knees beaten and a hacksaw cut her legs up.
I want Bonnie Gams taken care of. Don't worry, sweetheart. I'm on it.
She got to meet Oprah. Come on.
Oh, look at that.
Mermaid
Most of us
and
will
whale.
never meet Oprah.
Enough on that one.
That's good.
Thank you.
How bad is her life if she's sitting there with Oprah, though? Come on.
Let me see.
It's not Oprah Winfrey.
Wow. How life's are bad? How bad's her life because she's sitting with Oprah? Horrendous. That's why she's sitting with Oprah.
Yes.
Your life is never good if you're sitting with Oprah unless you're Will Smith.
Yeah.
I normally don't like fat kids at all to the point where I hit them in public, but I actually think she was very cute. She had a chubby little face.
You ready for the showstopper from Pat from Winaki?
Oh, boy.
Pat writes.
Oh, it's like Pat.
Pat writes, did they flush her down the toilet?
Oh, because that's what you do with angelfish.
And goldfish and fucking...
Oh. That's terrible.
Humor is fucking harsh.
Yeah. Dr. Steve, how are you, buddy?
Hello, boys.
What do you got on Mermaid Girl?
Well, this is a thing called Serena Amelia. It's
I knew her.
It's about as common as conjoined twins are, and it's kind of a same sort of deal, except the legs are fused together.
How often do they see this? They're saying like 1 in 10 people born?
No, it's like 1 in 100,000.
1 in 10. Boy, they'd be all over the place.
Yeah. Perhaps more than that, Jim.
Rape.
Anyway, and this girl apparently didn't have a bladder or any female organ. I think she had 1 ovary and 1/4 of a kidney. So she had a kidney transplant, and that's how she got to live for as long as she did.
Wow, how did she get a kidney?
Yeah,
Jesus.
really.
Well, you kind of go.
Who was asleep at the wheel that day?
Yeah.
The guy giving out kidneys was asleep at the
lived
wheel.
until 2 years old before she had the kidney, so she was on the list for a couple of years.
Don't you think that? I thought those kidneys were very rare, though.
Well, they are.
So why are you giving it to a mermaid girl when maybe there's a little fucker that has 2 legs that wants to be a baseball star someday?
She probably got the ones from the guy in the hotel room that woke up in the ice, the tub full of ice, with a note that said, "Get to hospital."
Yes, of course.
Right.
Yeah,
that happens all the
She
time.
got it from the black market.
Wow. So how does now? Obviously, she had a colostomy bag or something.
She must have. She had. She only had 6 inches of large colon, and honestly,
ow.
I did a PubMed search, just of the medical literature to see if I could find if they had described her surgery, and I can't find how that part worked. She may have had a cloaca, which is actually where the colon and that's what birds have is they urine and defecate out the same orifice, and she may have had something like that.
Cloaca.
A cloaca.
Oh,
Wow.
Sounds nice.
Sounds like a girl's name in the ghetto. Yo, Cloaca gonna smack you in the face.
Cloaca, you bitch.
So Steve,
6 inches of colon. Imagine being able to bottom out when you're fucking someone in the ass.
Ooh.
How much should you have?
Brutal.
How much should you have?
When you're born, about a foot, I guess, and then you end up having about 3 feet of colon when it's all done. Jesus. You know, by the time you're an adult.
And there was just no way they could have stopped the bleeding if they cut her legs. I guess that was just a big fatty. Did she have knees, or was it just a big fatty pouch of skin?
I see bones in the X-ray.
She had bones. It's just the skin was fused together, but she may have shared arteries. Shared the large arteries in the legs so that they would just couldn't separate them. She would just end up with one. If they were sharing an artery, she would just end up with one. So you might as well not put her through the surgery itself.
Yeah, her pelvis looks all fucked up too.
What a nightmare!
Oh man,
her little legs, but they're surrounded just by skin.
By big fat leg. It's one big fat leg.
Wow.
Yep, and she actually had 2 kidney transplants. She had one at age 2 and then another one in 2007, which they say was successful. But
they don't grow on trees, those things.
Was she a good swimmer at least?
I wouldn't think so.
I wouldn't think
so. With that big fat fucking the leg and there's no fin on the back.
Yeah, little thing.
Don't look like Daryl Hannah in Splash.
Her feet were really fucked up. The bones in her feet were really messed up.
Yeah.
Hey, Dr. Steve, do you believe in God?
Yeah, actually, I do.
Oh. So why did he make Mermaid Girl?
I don't know.
See, I'll believe it, but I don't have any clue.
That'll be one of those, if there's a question and answer period, then that will be one of my first questions.
What did she do to deserve a life like that?
Yeah, I don't
like McGillicuddy.
She probably fell under the random. Whereas God allows certain things, then allows the random to happen.
Yeah.
Which means whatever the chips fall, they fall. It's
Well, God doesn't give you anything that you can't handle.
Like feet?
Really?
Damn.
Well, I'll see you boys in 10 days.
Yes.
And Steve, your thing I'll try to help you with, but you might want to ask Steve because he might be better equipped. I am, because it's Saturday. You're doing a Saturday show.
Anal
right?
sex?
Yeah, thank you, Jim. I'm working on that.
Okay. I only think I forgot.
Jim's talking about a special guest that we're going to have on Weird Medicine on the Saturday Night Virus, 9 to midnight, Saturday, November 7th.
And are we going to do a big bit with you, too?
Yeah, I'm working on it. As long as the lawyers will let us go with it, I think it'll make O&A history. I don't know. We'll see.
Damn. It's a tough order.
They should allow you to do it. Well, we'll talk about that off air.
All right.
Dr. Steve's got a good idea.
Steve wants to blow homeless people.
I'll just stand there and we'll make fun of Steve Blatter's last name and some other guy named Bedwetter. I can't remember his name. So.
Steve Blatter will just stand there awkwardly looking like fucking Jughead from the Archie comics in a suit. Hey, that's Big Ethel. Boo.
Well, I got all kinds
clumsy.
of Blatter jokes just in case the bit doesn't go through.
We should make Steve Blatter walk around with a fucking Jughead hat.
It's fucking Blatter.
Oh, my God. You
just killed him. You just killed Blatter.
Did you just slam
him? That's him. Oh, my God. That's so wrong. That's classic.
Every time he walks in, we should play the Archie's theme music and fucking pelt him with heated tomatoes.
Why do they have to be heated?
Because they hurt when they burst on you.
Okay.
Like little cum bubbles.
Got an answer for everything. Thank you, Dr. Steve.
All right, boys.
We'll see you in 10 days.
Take it easy, man.
All right. The big Dr. Steve visit is upon us finally. Been talking about it for over a year. That's Steve Blatter. Holy shit. He's not going to be happy with that one.
No, he's not.
I want him to wear that fucking silver crown hat.
That dumb hat that that Jughead wore.
Yep. Remember Big Ethel wanted to just get a couple of fingers knuckle deep in Jughead's rump, and he was not having it. Because he was queer for Archie and his fucking smelly red balls. He loved Archie's balls. And Archie always wanted to fuck Betty and Veronica. But he knew that Betty was more of a goer.
Yeah, Betty was more of the whore.
Veronica wouldn't take it in the mouth. He wouldn't let him fuck in the ass. Mr. Lodge would always come in.
Veronica was the mean one, right?
Yeah.
With the black hair?
And Mr. Lodge was always the rich. She was the rich one. Oh, yeah, wait, they both had black hair.
No, one was blonde, right? Wasn't Betty blonde and Veronica had the black hair?
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah.
Mr. Lodge.
Yeah, Mr. Lodge. Yeah, see? One black hair, one blonde hair.
Yeah, that's updated, though.
Yeah, that's
new. Get the old ones,
that's Betty
Danny.
and Veronica, the spinoff.
I want Betty and Veronica from the 50s. There you go.
There you go.
Yeah,
Let's
there
see.
you go.
They're both lounging around with camel toe, sitting on these like chaise lounges.
Mm-hmm.
And Betty said, "This is wonderful. What more can we ask for?" And Veronica says, "I can think of a few things."
Oh.
And behind the tree, there's a bunch of boys looking.
There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys and one black gentleman.
Yeah, well, he's a guy too.
No, I mean just
Oh, look, Lil Archie and Lil Jinx were also mentioned. Who's Lil Jinx?
I don't know.
I was never into fucking Archie.
Who is? I was.
Were
you
I used to
really?
love the Archies. For real? Only the comic, not the show is for fucking moes. But I like the fucking, I love the comics. Oh yeah, that Archie one, yeah, I used to. Here you go. It's Reggie, Veronica, Arch, and Betty walking. And Reggie says, Archie, they're looking at the picture of the fucking space shuttle taking off. And he goes, Archie, have you ever been so uptight you'd want to go into outer space? And Archie goes, only at exam time.
Whoa, that's crazy.
Wow, see?
Why? I guess he's not ready for his exams?
No, that's why I'd rather be in outer space.
What's Archie Comics #1 look like? It's probably got Archie throwing a black man out of an establishment in the 50s. Archie the racist, taking his Klan hood off.
Is that it right there?
#1. Wow, he was all bucktooth and howdy doody-ish.
Yeah.
He's doing barrel jumping.
It's called
With his ice skates on.
The Mirth of a Nation, it says. Isn't Archie a wonderful skater? Betty says, and Veronica says, yes, but he can't swim. And Jughead is sitting spread-legged. And the barrels, he's run 2 barrels, are heading towards a hole in the ice.
See, he just jumped over the barrels, and now he's going to fall into the water.
And that's going to be the problem.
In the
'cause he
ice
can't
water.
swim.
And then Archie's going to die in the comic #1
And
because he freezes to death.
Jughead looks like his cock is hard the way the fucking pants are.
Yeah, look, they got a big pant bubble there.
He's got the Kenny thing. What did Kenny call his little puff when we were at breakfast?
Can you see how much that
the
is
fuck
worth?
was it again?
How much is that worth? I'm going to guess $10,000.
$10,000 for the first Archie?
Yeah, I don't know.
For Archie?
The Archies are never... The Archies had so many spin-off comics. There was Archie, there was Betty and Veronica, there was like Jughead, there was a whole shitload of spin-offs.
Jesus, you really know this shit.
I was a kid, I used to collect comic books. I sold them to drink.
Really?
Yeah.
Today, #1.
I had a couple of good ones. X-Men 94.
How much is it worth? The first Archies.
5.
I'm going to take a break
Gs.
and get into the...
Yeah, I guess
5 Gs?
I'm guessing between 5 and 10,000.
I thought there was an answer there. No?
No answer. All right.
My mistake.
We'll find the answer. When we take a break, we're going to do Jacktober, the return of Scott and Todd. This is a must listen.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And Jimmy, you promoting anything?
38.
Holy shit.
Oh, you got the answer?
38 grand.
Nice.
$837. I don't know what kind of condition it was in.
It's 7.0, very fine. Fine to very fine.
Jim Minton.
How mad would you be if you bought a comic of that worth and you opened it and you found a relatively fresh human shit smeared in the middle of it?
How would that ever happen?
Relatively.
Meaning it had been done in like the last 2 weeks. The comic survived 60 years. And then someone just got mad and took a big shit and then closed the book over it. So it was like mushed halfway through.
That's awful.
You know how fucking hot under the collar you'd be?
Oh, would you be pissed?
Demand your money back? Boy, do I'm not going to say what it is, but can I say I love some of the ideas floating around in the emails lately?
Oh, right.
Wow, a couple of good ones, man.
Yes.
Why is everyone yelling teacher cock? What do we mean?
That's what they called the bump that Kenny had in his pants.
Oh, thank
Bob
you.
Kelly called it.
Oh,
Yeah,
thank
Bob
you.
Kelly called that.
Yeah, a bunch of guys come. All right, yeah, thank you. We got the answer to that. All right, why don't we take a break? Jocktober with Scott and Todd after the break. Stay there. Gonna seg into Jocktober.
Jacktober.
We only have a few more days, huh, of the Jocktober thing.
It's going so fast, isn't it?
This year it played out very well.
Yeah.
Sam did a very good job with Jocktober. Let's play the official sweeper and get right into it.
Happy Jocktober, everybody, from your friends at the Opie and Anthony Show. I wanna ride. It's a celebration of hacky, pukey radio shows and DJs from across this great nation of ours.
I'm wearing panties to this party. Yeah.
I've never seen a better antonym of hysterical.
Crank up the crapola. It's Jocktober on the Opie and Anthony Show.
Was the yang for the yin of hysterical. It was the polar opposite.
Happy Jocktober, everybody, from your friends at the Opie and Anthony Show.
Nice.
Very nice. And today, it's Scott and Todd. Every year we have to do at least one Scott and Todd.
Yeah, we didn't have
October.
to go far. It's New York's own WPLJ's Big Show with Scott and Todd.
Big Show. Huh?
It's the Big Show.
These guys suck.
You don't like them?
Oh, never liked them.
Why, Scott and Rocky Dennis? I like them a lot.
That blockhead.
Oh, my God.
Oh, you blockhead.
He really is a fucking lunkhead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We start with their Yankee song.
Right.
A little refresher for everyone.
You know what's good?
I'm kind of just
keep
pausing.
going.
I'm pausing because I don't want to do this today because I hate these guys. I fucking hate them.
Well, you know what?
You
really
loved the other shows?
Well, no, these guys especially I hate because they're just taking up space in the #1 radio market.
They've been here longer than anyone else in New York.
Yeah, they are officially the
haven't.
longest
Yes, they have.
running morning show, I guess. And they're just horrendous. I don't know who likes this shit.
They're very popular. And
With
maybe...
who? With who? With who?
Well, it's not young people or men. I don't know a lot of women who like maybe older women.
Oh, that's a coveted demo.
Maybe doctors' waiting rooms.
Well, we're going to replay this because Jimmy wasn't here. We did all sports songs on Fridays.
I love sports songs, Hope.
As part of Jocktober.
Sure.
And Scott and Todd's song was just horrendous. Todd's Yankee song.
Ah, cool.
So we're going to play this for you, Jimmy, especially.
God.
And then we're going to get into a basic day of radio with Scott and Todd.
Yeah.
Want some belly button, Sam?
No, thank you, but I appreciate the offer.
That ball is high. It is far. It is gone. He's done it again.
It's time to finish what they started.
Pressure to the plate. Yankees strike first.
Gonna leave the Angels broken-hearted.
A 12-pitch seventh inning for Sabathia.
Man, the Bronx was rocking. It was wicked loud. Gonna take it to the series for the hometown crowd. It's all night in mid-October. We won't be happy till it's over. And we have another flag to fly.
The rainbow-colored one, you fruit.
Yanks.
Oh, my God.
I don't understand.
Let's go Yank. All right.
They should be singing that while looking through a window at a cracker. Was that Scott and Todd?
Yes.
It's Todd.
That's Todd singing.
Todd is the magic man when it comes to song parodies.
Yeah.
Todd Pettingale.
Yeah. All he needs is a pen, paper, and a giant shoehorn.
I thought you guys were Yankees fans.
I think
you
you
are
should be
Yankees
cranking
fans.
this.
Yeah.
Fans.
You are Yankees fans.
Fans.
I hate that guy who fucking walks with the Maury show.
Why?
Big guy. He
Why?
walks tough.
Because he is this like when teens go wild, he yells at them?
Special ops.
Yeah, he's special ops. He's got to like.
Come here, give me that.
He's got to like scare them. Put them in boot camp.
I think
I would love one of these guys to knock him the fuck out.
No kidding.
what Danny was pointing at was on the TV above. That's Fo Onassis who sang the other Yankees song.
Yeah,
really?
They're doing the Yankees song.
The Free FM song.
Is he doing one now?
Yeah. Oh, you missed a great one on Friday.
He's doing it now
all the
live.
Yankee songs. Yeah.
For 92.3 now.
Because it's a big song. Very popular.
Put it up. You might have it on right now. The TV pod.
Over here.
The best show across the globe.
Well, my Yankee fans, this is it. 2009, baby. World Series.
Go!
Yeah.
Fo Onassis and Mina.
Yeah, thank you so much.
I love
Thank you so
that
much.
song. And they said Good Day New York, the best in the globe?
In the globe.
In the globe.
Around the globe.
That means
Unstoppable.
Well, let's do it. I got Mina's lines down. The Yankees, the Yankees. You're like, and Gina, Mr. But I want to hear it a couple more times.
Copy of the lyrics.
Thank you very much.
Thanks so much, guys.
thank you for having us.
Spirit. Appreciate
Oh,
it. All right, coming up on Good Day New York, we got Wendy Warm-Up. That's right.
Wow,
Joyce
that's
Stevens is
good.
getting people in the spirit. Oh,
Wendy Warm-Up.
What a terrible show that is.
I told you his
Horrid.
name was Fo Onassis.
Yeah, you're right. Sam.
Onassis.
Let's get back to the Todd song, though.
Please. That's...
A-Rod staring up the baseball. And Gina's going into the hall. But first the Yankees have to win it all. Let's go, Yanks.
Ball game over. Yankees win. The Yankees win.
Gonna beat the team named after heaven.
That one got to Jimmy bad. Jimmy was trying to make
Angels.
The Angels.
Angels because they're named after heaven.
Named after heaven.
They're called the Los Angeles non-existence.
Yeah, what the fuck is that?
That one hurt, huh, Jimmy?
Fucking.
That one hurt.
Where could this be? Hold on. The game is not even gonna go 7.
Maybe.
I don't remember.
Something. Wait, hold on. What else? Something with 11. You know.
I don't remember.
Probably 7.
We played this Friday, and I don't even
Gonna be
remember.
the best of 7.
Gonna beat the team named after heaven.
Just another ho-hum inning for Sabathia.
On their way to lucky 27.
That's hit in the air right. Jeter makes it 2-0.
Time to get this ALCS done. They got a magic number and it's down to 1. It's 09 in mid-October. We won't be happy till it's over. And we have another flag to fly. Let's go, Yanks. Man, we're all behind Girardi. We want to start the freaking party. One more win and then we take the show. Yanks, let's go.
It should have said, we're all behind Girardi. Steinbrenner's a part of Lemon Party. That is. What's the original song that's from?
That's Bon
It's
Jovi.
My Life.
Oh,
It's
I
My
like the
Life,
song, yeah, but
well, you know he's going to have to rework it now that they're in the World Series.
Yeah.
That was for the Angels
listening.
series.
I was listening today to see if there was a new one, but there's not a new one
So
yet.
they played this one?
Yes.
Oh, my God.
But
yes.
this one's dated now.
They've been playing that
Yeah.
since like last.
I'd rather listen to Liza Minnelli than that song.
Wow.
That's been on.
And I really don't want to listen to
less
Liza
gay.
Minnelli. Let's say hi to Brent in Ohio. Brent?
Hey, good morning, guys.
Hi, Brent.
Oh, this is the biggest pile of shit I've ever heard.
It's not good.
That was really bad.
Jimmy was like trying to like get us all into it, like he's like snapping his fingers, and then he finally had to give up.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
Fucking horrible. I got the fucking douche chills. I just want to jack my car into a fucking telephone pole and end it all before I have to hear any fucking
That was
more.
bad.
Holy shit.
But play the team named after heaven.
Oh my.
Thank you. Let's go to
Angels.
Gooch. Gooch.
He kind of stole my thunder a little bit. I have the
Yeah.
douche chills so bad my spine cracked.
Oh no!
So
That's
you know how you
chilling.
scrunch up your shoulders
Yeah.
to like try to warm your neck?
Next thing you know, you need a
Yeah.
fucking chiropractor. What
Oh,
the fuck?
Fucking it's that tone that la 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 la. It's just awful.
Let's go, Yanks.
Yeah, it's like who laughs at that?
But I don't
Who
understand.
gets pumped?
How do they survive in radio?
They must
Opiate
make
makes
$40 a week.
I just want to hear you going. Just giving them one of those laughs. Yuck. Punch it out.
Okay, then I'll do that. A little obnoxious.
The worst.
All right, now we get into some of their show.
Nice.
And then-
Now here's the meat and potatoes.
What I like about Jocktober, it's very easy to just pick any show and make it sound horrendous. What Sam does is just pick a regular show and grab a few bits.
Yes.
So this is all from one show. This morning, matter of fact, I think, right?
It's well, part of it is from Friday, part of it is from this morning.
Okay.
But it's not like it's not a pick and grab situation. This is what was on. There's couple of talk breaks, couple of bits. So I have a couple of talk breaks and a couple of bits.
First one, Scott, Todd, and Patty.
Patty's, she...
Is that the Patty we know?
It's not Stalker Patty.
Oh. Cakes?
Is it,
I mean...
Because another battle I don't fight anymore.
Oh, let's see. Here. Where is it?
Cakes.
Oh, right. Is it that one?
Because that's another battle I don't fight anymore.
I don't know.
All right.
Well, then if we don't know, everything's
I don't
fine.
Yeah, if she sucks, she sucks. I'm just not going to say half the shit I did last time.
I mean, Patty's been with their show for a little while.
All right. Scott, Todd, and Patty talk about being the longest-running morning show in New York.
That's good.
They are devoid of humor. That's what Sam writes here.
Devoid?
They don't have any.
You got 95.5 PLJ. This is the Scott and Todd radio show, New York's longest-running continuous morning show. We're still trying to figure out whether that sounds good or...
Another guy that's got mouth problems.
Talking over dentures. Where's number one, the longest running show in New York history?
Is he talking over dentures?
He's talking over his dentures, I believe. Trying to keep him from popping out of his mouth, but still doing the radio voice. Break is sponsored by Effordent.
How important is opening your mouth when you're doing radio?
It's kind of hard. You got to kind of keep your choppers in your mouth.
You think he's talking over dentures?
It sounds like he's talking over dentures. Oh.
Talking over dentures.
Talking over dentures.
I love that bit, the talking over dentures bit. Dan in Tennessee. Dan.
Hey.
Hey.
Dan. Oh, that's horrendous. It just pisses me off as a former disc jockey myself, the fact that there are talented disc jockeys out there like me having to deliver fucking pizza, and this crap passes for entertainment.
Yeah.
And they're in the number one market. Good God.
Yeah, they're in the number one market. I never got it. I mean, Scott Shannon did some unique stuff for the business, but I don't know. He's been calling it in for a long fucking time now.
Is that the same Scott Shannon that's on that syndicated True Oldies show? Hi, I'm Scott Shannon. Makes me want to fucking pull over and puke.
Can we hear his dentures voice again?
Yeah. Thank you,
I
Dan.
hear that.
Yeah, let's go back to that.
You got 95.5 PLJ. This is the Scott and Todd radio show, New York's longest-running continuous morning show. We're still trying to figure out whether that sounds good or sounds bad.
Oh, I think it's good.
Is that all right?
Sure, yeah.
Why would it be bad?
Well, it just makes it sound like we've been around forever.
He's saying it's...
Just makes it sound like we've been around forever. He can't say S. An S will make it pop right out of his fucking
Makes
mouth.
it sound like we've been around forever.
So it's using the side teeth, your side teeth before your molars, and not your front teeth, trying to make your S's.
But he says it makes it sound like we've been around forever. No, you're making it sound like that how you talk.
Because you have been.
Can you hear how old he sounds again? That sounds like a piece of the movie The Oldest Man Alive. The movie's called The Oldest Man Alive, and here he speaks.
Larry King checking in, and thank God.
Oh, Larry King.
Larry, what do you got today?
Good morning, gentlemen. How important is the polygrip?
But how important is actually doing the Larry King voice?
Fucking idiot. How important is S in the English language?
How hard is it to do it? We got another Larry. Larry King, what's up?
Scott and Todd, how important are the teeth when pronouncing the TH sound? Oh.
Larry King checking in, Ant. Larry.
Hello.
Yeah.
Larry?
How important is the lisp?
Is there a little lisp in there, too?
Well, it's just, I know it's just the way he's talking like this over his dentures.
Just trying to keep all the teeth in order.
Trying to keep them in there. I don't know how good that is. You sound old or not.
Continuous morning show. We're still trying to figure out whether that sounds good or sounds bad.
Oh, I think it's good.
Is that all right?
Sure, yeah.
Why would it be bad?
Well, it just makes it sound like we've been around forever.
You saying it's bad makes it sound bad, but...
No, I think it's okay, though.
And plus, you said it. No one else.
Yeah.
I'm pretty proud of it, to be honest with you.
There you go.
You don't find a lot of groups of people stay together for very long periods of time.
No.
Now that I think about it, it's a pretty good thing.
Most marriages don't last that long.
Nope.
Better than some of those guys that got to sit home thinking, I wish I had a job. You know, there's a lot of people that do this. You know, they hate their jobs while they have them.
Yep.
And when they don't have them, they realize how good their job was when they had it.
Yep.
They go like this, man, it doesn't seem so bad after all, man. Maybe I should have kept my mouth shut.
Yes, you should have.
You should.
Or you should have kept it open when you talked. Jesus, fucking Teeth McGillicuddy is not doing a good job.
It's kind of uncomfortable, isn't it?
It's horrendous.
So uncomfortable.
Devoid of humor. As,
Right, there wasn't any jokes
sold
or
by
anything.
Sam.
It makes it sound like we've been here forever.
I don't know. And then he just trails off.
It sounds like he has dentures and he's doddering.
Yeah, doddering.
We got to write it over.
He's doddering.
It's like he loses interest halfway through. He's a goldfish memory. He sounds like Imus with a goldfish memory.
Imus in the morning. Doddering.
Yeah, it just sounds like I'm talking here.
He's doddering.
He's a doddering fool. Talks through the commercials. Doesn't know.
What is this crap? The mics are on. Sorry.
I don't know if it's good or bad or something.
Sounds like he has fucking like dentist tongue.
I just want to see him foong out of his mouth. Is it good or bad? Or I don't know. Foong.
You just hear them. You hear them just like bounce off something.
Just knock on the table, chattering. Like fucking wind up monkey teeth.
I know, with like fucking, you ever eat like a roll and you look and you got that white roll gunk stuck in between your teeth? His teeth have roll gunk in them.
Well, maybe it was just that break. Maybe he was just warming up.
It was early.
Yeah, maybe. We'll find out here. Patty does a gossip story about Rod Blagojevich and Donald Trump. How many people try to make a hair joke? We have to play that game?
Yeah, take a wild guess, because, I mean, it's only the most creative of creative minds would think Rod Blagojevich and Donald Trump together, I got to make a hair joke. So there's...
Oh, wow. No one ever does that.
No, but there's Scott, Todd, and Patty.
I guess three.
You can guess all three.
Is it 3 hair jokes?
Well, Jim is guessing all 3.
I want 3 hair jokes.
Actually, no, I'm going to guess 6. They each tried 2.
There's only one.
Well, this is part of the fun of Jocktober. And
it's going to be Scott.
The people at home are on the
Scott
edge
Shannon
of their seats.
Is stupid enough to still try to do some kind of hair joke that no one's heard before.
That's what you think? You're going with one?
It's so obvious.
One of them will make a... One of them will
How many make a hair joke? One?
Don't tell them.
It's a
surprise, though.
It's a big surprise. That's the contest.
I bet you one makes the joke. I bet you one makes an observation. Like, geez, all that hair? That's a lot of hair. And then one guy goes, yeah, it looks like a, and then tries to be funny. But one guy will just make an observation. All right, too much hair for 2 people. I'm talking like a burn victim.
You're just doing your Scotch.
I'm a bad
impersonation.
Sam. See?
That buffoon and his big hairdo, former Illinois Governor Rod Blagojevich, is finally getting what he wants, reality TV time. He's a team up with that Balloon Boy dad. Even though there are worries about how his new gig could impact his federal corruption trial, the judge says he won't block Rod from appearing on Donald Trump's Celebrity Apprentice. The judge does want all the lawyers involved to do a little research into how the TV show could impact potential jurors. Prosecutors are less enthusiastic. They're worried he's going to use the TV time to tell his side of the story and try to taint the jury pool. But we'll get a look at him. I can't imagine those two together, Trump and Blagojevich. 2 great hairdos.
I was going to say. All right. Oh, my God.
Following Jimmy's format.
Exactly what Jimmy said.
2 great hairdos. I bet one looks like they're wearing a raccoon hat, and the other one sounds like they're talking with marbles and Novocaine in their mouth. I sound like Ted Schickler after he was shot in the face.
It followed Jimmy's...
These guys are hilarious, Gregory. This is my favorite radio program.
What do you enjoy about them, Ted?
They make me laugh. They have a lot of funny hair jokes. Put it back on. You're spoiling it.
All right.
Together, Trump and Blagojevich. 2 great hairdos.
I was going to say, who's got the worst hair?
I know.
Right. Dueling hair. Dueling skunk heads.
Co-fucking-cane.
Was that it?
Wait, what happened?
And then
That
they
was
go
all the-
dueling skunk heads, and then they go into laser effects.
Well,
Then-
lasers make everything sound,
we all
cooler
know
and
that.
funnier and better. So.
Laser, give it to me, baby. Next story.
I love that the guy goes, I was going to say, hey, what's with that hair? You did say it. You
Yeah.
shouldn't have.
Yes. It was already said.
Well, he should have thought that gratefully to himself, like, well, I was going to say hair and didn't because it would have sucked and bored everybody.
Yeah.
And the give it to me, baby, that's like a stinger. Like, oh, you gave it to us with that shit.
Well, in the gossip segment, between each gossip story, we get a pew, 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 give it to me, baby.
We hear the hair jokes again. You spoiled.
Why?
You talked all through them, Gregory. You spoiled it. Samuel, you're ruining the fun of this program. I don't like it a bit.
Sorry.
Where's the hair jokes?
Scott and Todd are hilarious.
Let me try from here.
But we'll get a look at them. I can't imagine those two together, Trump and Blagojevich. Two great hairdos.
I was going to say, who's got the worst hair?
I know.
Dueling hair. Dueling skunk heads.
But if you were going to say who's got the worst hair,
I don't know what that just happened.
What?
What was that?
They all got in on the fun.
What do you mean dueling hair? And then
that was
what?
That was
Dueling skunk heads.
But
But
it was
he's-
Scott that said dueling hair, and then Todd piped in with dueling skunk heads.
Dueling skunk heads.
Jimmy, don't look now, but
Oh, no, really? Is it? Speaking of. Huh.
yeah. All right, so
Yeah.
we're doing Jacktober with Scott and Todd. Why'd he look in this time?
Good evening.
Scott doesn't look like that.
He's an angry man, that guy.
Hair's fucking anger. Fucking
leave.
girl.
Fuck.
For someone that's been in radio a long time, he forgot what it's all about and how to do it, I think.
Sorry. Yeah. Sorry I passed you by. Hello, it's funny morning program on your radio. It's the fucking worst voice ever. Who listens
really
to
All right,
this?
yeah, back to Scott.
When I was a kid, me and my friend David, I think his name was David Hoff, or Hoffa. We used to tell. Did you listen to the Shelley Sunstein joke in the morning? When I was in seventh grade,
I think
Shelley,
that was a PLJ.
it was
personality,
PLJ,
right?
Yeah, Shelley Sunstein. She would tell, "I'm Shelley Sunstein." And if I left work, like for school at the right time, I would catch the joke. If not, I wouldn't catch it. But me and David Hoff would actually tell each other the fucking Shelley Sunstein's PLJ joke.
Let's get her on the phone.
She's Shelley Sunstein.
Is she still doing
I'm
radio?
Shelley Sunstein.
With the joke of the day?
I don't remember. It was always.
It had to be joke of the day.
Why would I
Guys?
tell that to my friend? What a faggot I was.
Moving on with Jocktober with Scott and Todd. The crew talks about Steve Phillips being fired from ESPN.
It's just terrible to get involved with somebody you work with.
We talked about Steve Phillips being fired from ESPN.
A lot
we
of good
actually
material
predicted
there.
Talked about it last week.
You think they'll talk about what a fat pig the girl is?
Hell
or how she
fucking no.
looks retarded?
No.
She looks like a
She's a fucking, she looks like a bag of mumps. Like, if you could put mumps in a clear baggie, that's what she looks like.
You wrecked your life for that? For that?
Oh, she's
Bag of mumps.
I like it.
just a bag of, a stuffed bag of mumps. Like you forced mushrooms into a bag. You can't even twisty tie it at the top. You have to hold it open because your bag is so full of mumps. What was he thinking? By golly, I have to stick my dick in that bag of mumps. No, that one holding the taser. Not that bag of mumps, but the one between the Star Wars figures. What were you thinking, you fucking ex-Met
pouty
general manager
face.
idiot?
She was putting on. Oh,
Yeah, he was the fucking general manager of the fucking Mets.
yeah.
What a dope.
Then he had a nice gig with ESPN. Now he's nowhere. Here we go. So they talk about the Steve Phillips thing, and this is the great part about it. They have no angle on the story. And the fact that the three have zero chemistry doesn't help.
Correct.
But they've been doing this for a long time. You would think they would have chemistry by now.
Yeah, I mean, it's like somebody will start it and then put it down, and it will just kind of, that's where it'll stay. It'll just kind of stay down. Like nobody else comes and picks it up and takes it someplace else. Just stays down.
Who's that in the middle?
Shelley Sunstein.
Really? Well, who are those two guys standing with Dio? She looks like Dio.
Oh, she has a face for radio.
I'm Shelley Sunstein, and this is Rainbow in the Dark. Oh, boy. Is that new or old?
That does look like Dio.
Maybe she has her Halloween mask on already. It is that time of year.
Yeah.
Here we go. They talk about Steve Phillips.
If you're a chick, you never want to look like Dio.
No. Oh, God.
Oh, my God. It's horrendous. That is horrible.
Steve Phillips, no longer working for ESPN. They sent a little press release over here early this morning. Here's what it says. His ability to be an effective representative for ESPN has been significantly damaged. It's evident that it's time to part ways. So, I guess...
poor Steve.
They're giving him some me time to address his personal issues and his demons.
Do you agree with that move?
He does need a little me time.
He does need to get something straightened out here.
I mean, would you say the same thing for David Letterman then?
No.
I believe that this is a little more serious offense. The guy, she's actually filed a suit against him of some sort. I think they settled it, correct?
I think any of the women have filed suit against Letterman.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
That's their break on Steve Phillips?
That's what they got on Steve Phillips.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Patty is trying to get something going.
Yes. Right.
With these two lumps. She's trying to spark conversation. They're giving her nothing.
Holy shit.
At least she's trying.
Well, one of the keys to good improv and conversation on the fly is one-word answers, and it's no. Just saying no.
That was uncomfortable.
That was just terrible.
Yeah, she's trying to light jellyfish on fire. That's like how hard she's trying.
God bless her for trying. But.
Yeah, good luck to you.
And then she throws Letterman out there for as a conversation starter. Nothing. Subtle.
It looks like Scott Shannon doesn't have a thought in his head anymore.
No, it's a lot more serious.
Well, why? Well, why is that, Scott?
Well, it's ESPN. It's more serious. It's called the Entertainment Serious People Network.
But you're not explaining why it's more serious, the Steve Phillips thing, than the David Letterman thing.
Steve Phillips is married.
Oh my God! How do you do that? How do you go with that?
But so is Letterman.
Yeah, so is Letterman.
But this was somebody that he worked with.
It was the same with Letterman.
Well, this is serious.
But why is it serious? That's what we're trying to get from you today.
Letterman tells jokes in the beginning of his show. This guy doesn't.
I would at least listen to that.
Serious.
Because at least you're making a point.
It's serious.
Scott just likes to read his news articles.
I got to hear that
I
again.
need some polygrip.
Yeah, what does he put? What does he hold his fucking... If those are false, what is he holding them in with?
Polly want a grip. Polly want a grip.
With that move?
He does need a little me time.
He does need to get something straightened out here.
Let's see if he says
I
anything.
mean, would you say the same thing for David Letterman then?
No.
I believe that this is a little more serious offense. The guy, she's actually filed a suit against him of some sort. I think they settled it, correct?
I think any of the women have filed suit against Letterman.
Yeah.
She just goes,
crap.
Thanks for nothing. Wow.
Faceless.
It's a lot more serious.
Sure.
Yeah, faceless. They pulled my face up so hard.
I can't do the voice anymore. I lost it. God damn him.
Horrible.
Longest running morning show in New York City, right there.
Yeah, but see, now people will be able to go to the water cooler at work and say, hey, did you hear Scott and Todd were talking about this guy on ESPN? He'd get fired.
Fucking bullshit, man. I'd fucking show them the door so fast. Give a young show a chance.
Well, don't forget the song parody that we heard at the beginning.
Like I said.
Okay.
Beat it, stupid, stupid, and stupid.
I would. I wonder what their ratings are. They have good ratings.
They're safe and
radio show. My name's Doctor gave me a facelift. I have an ankle by my ear. So I look like Stonehenge. Fake teeth, a wig. I'm so much older than I'd like to tell people. I'll be 71 years old.
I forget the Botox, most likely.
I actually have my Botox pumped in with a garden hose.
Just looks like they put like
I don't know what it is.
They put like a prosthetic chin on him.
He's got a big
like it's fake. Like it's SNL makeup.
It's not even like a double chin. It's just one big fucking.
It really does look like the face accompaniment to a fat suit.
Yeah. Like
That's a great call.
Yeah.
They put the face fat suit on, and now they got to do the body.
I look like Jiminy Glick.
There it is.
And you knew that was going to work, you fuck.
Jiminy Glick.
His fucking hairdo. Is that his hair?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. It does look like his face.
It's the same face.
Sure.
That's my blonde locks I have. But teasing up like a younger man.
Like a younger man.
Good spiky hairdo.
Is that, can we see Scott's,
Take a look at my man. Very wiggy.
is that real?
Yeah, that's his photograph.
Yeah, that's his face.
Jesus.
That's his photograph, but is that his hair? Is that real?
Oh, everything in there is real.
I'm 41.
Hey, baby. Yeah. Say, baby, do you want to lay down with me? Say, baby.
What time does
Say,
that show
baby.
go? From 6 to 10?
Yep.
It's the big show.
Or Shelley Sunstein.
Well, why don't we continue? Another classic Scott and Todd bit we're about to hear. The Unwanted Celebrity Spawn organization.
Yes.
Which just seems racist. What's that about?
Well, this is how they started the show this morning, and I couldn't. For some reason, when Scott and Todd do it and they're laughing in the background, it's all in good fun. But I feel like if we aired this as ours, the show would be in a lot of trouble.
We'd be fired.
So fired.
So fired. Let's listen in.
The Big Show. Big Show. Big Show. Big Show. Scott, Todd, Patty, Joe. BLJ.
The dirty little secret is out. Celebrities having babies out of wedlock and never acknowledging their existence. But now, UCS, Unwanted Celebrity Spawn, an organization trying to reunite these illegitimate children with their famous parents, is trying to help. Meet Cecile, a 22-year-old.
I can't even follow the setup.
Yeah,
I can't even follow this setup.
You're
What's
right.
the point of this
You are
fucking
so
thing?
right. I can't even fucking figure out what they're talking about.
Keep shit basic.
We have a Sunday Spawn.
Yes, yes.
Watch that.
That's for it.
People want to throw out a Slim Spawn.
Did you follow the setup?
Yes.
Their famous parents is trying to help. Meet Cecile, a 22-year-old Las Vegas dancer.
People's always made fun of my name growing up. I would ask my mom's, why's people so mean? And she'd say, they just jealous of you, Cecile the entertainer. You should be proud of you family name. I wishes my father were around to help me, but my mom said that he died in the war. So I went back to see if he died a hero, but it turns out there were no war 22 years ago.
What the fuck are we listening to?
Just get you fucking mad.
She's a black
That watermelon, eat that watermelon, eat that watermelon. Sure is good. Eat that watermelon, eat that watermelon, eat that watermelon. Sure is good.
point I'm making is those people shouldn't be allowed to vote. Back when I was good old days, should be allowed to intermarry with whites.
When they changed the law during my third facelift, allowed them to vote.
Jim Crow is actually a guest on my radio show.
Do we get the answer to this?
Well, like, it's not over. It just
continues?
Continue.
All right, let's see what this is about.
For years, I searched high and low to find my pops. I hired private detectives I found on Google. And it turns out my dad is comedian extraordinaire Cedric the Entertainer. Now, with the helps of UCS, I've been in contact with my daddy, but he doesn't...
We got to do this in parts or we're going to lose the entire audience. So
Look,
we gotta,
I
because this goes on
know-
forever and it's fucking horrendous.
This is great.
I don't know
Okay.
what this is. Could you please explain the plot to me?
And I do want to point out that there's a woman on Maury. Guess what her fucking name is?
Oh.
What?
2 teens, 2 babies, 2 men. Who's the dad? Her name, I swear to God, is Allegra.
Allegra.
Allegra?
Jesus.
Is that a drug?
Yeah, for allergies and whatnot.
Allegra N.
Her name's there you go, Allegra.
Allegra. And she's got pink hair.
Yeah.
Is that natural?
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks.
Of course it is.
It's real natural.
Yes, I've been in contacts with my daddy, but he doesn't believe I'm his kid. I say to him, I'm always wears hats and glasses, and my last name is the Entertainer. You must be my father. But still like that Genesis song? No reply. I hopes one day we'll be a happy family, and he puts me up in that Honeymooner sequel, or at the very least it's Barbershop 3 or The Cleaner 2. He's got lots of monies, and I'm gonna get me some.
If you think you might be a UCS, Unwanted Celebrity Spawn, even if there's only the remotest of possibilities, contact us at our corporate headquarters behind the Wendy's in Bakersfield, California. For more information, go to ucs.tv/org.edu/info/semicolon.tv/org.
Scott and Todd's Big Show on PLJ.
And then they go into the music and the laughing and the
lasers.
Did you notice how long the URL, the website URL was?
Oh, I didn't notice that.
It's very much longer than your typical, and some of the characters were out of place.
Yeah, or they would never be in a real URL. That's the funny part.
Well, you see, that was Cedric the Entertainer's illegitimate daughter.
Yeah.
Which is why she spoke like a...
Why is that supposed to be funny, though?
Yeah, we don't really get it.
Well, the thing is...
What, Scott?
Most people always have children in wedlock. This is what they do. They're within their misbehaving ways.
Scott.
They're not like us.
Remember the first time my teeth fell out in the whites-only fountain?
Colored man named Mr. Jacobson. I said, pick him up, boy.
And then Tuma dropped a jar of molasses or honey or whatever it was.
I said, honey jars.
Honey jar. Was it honey?
Of course it was.
Because back then, that's what I used to keep my dentures in. old Tuma would come through with the honey and slap my teeth in my mouth.
He threatened to put my head under the cartwheel and stop dropping his honey jars.
Tuma.
Yeah, he called me red. He said, I will hurt you, Scott. All the bees were stinging me. My face swelled up. It's still swollen. That's why my face is swollen. Tumors, bees were stinging me.
Tumors bees.
Tumors bees stung him in the face while he was getting honey to keep his dentures in his mouth. It's the good sticky honey.
Yeah, my teeth kept falling out every time Robert Duvall and bouncing basketball off my head. He can tell me to cry, sportsman. So I got some honey for my dentures. The bee stung my face. And Ernie Hudson fucked my face. Ernie Hudson used to fuck my face twice a week. He'd take out my dentures.
Oh, shit.
I think we're done, Sam.
What? Why do you think we're done?
Is there more?
You think that
not of that bit?
That bit is done.
Oh, thank God.
Oh, wait, we could continue because it's Todd's phone scam.
Oh, I love the phone scam.
Todd used to do...
benchmark.
Well, I guess he continues to do phone scams.
Yes.
He parlayed this into a lot of CDs that you can buy.
Yes.
A lot of prank phone calls on CDs. Problem is the FCC finally told all radio shows they can't do prank calls anymore.
Yeah, it's illegal.
So if he's still doing phone scams...
He's crazy. He's going against the law?
Oh, well.
No. See, it's all set up, Sam. I hate to tear down a wall today.
They're all
but,
fake.
They're all fake.
I hate to disagree.
The setup is fake. The people involved are fake. They're
Teeth
probably
are fake.
probably stupid
The hair is
sales.
fake. The
Face is fake.
Probably
Chin
some
is fake.
Probably some stupid salesperson has to play the victim. Today you're the victim. We're gonna call your cubicle, make believe this is real type shit. Is it obvious it's fake?
I listened to this, and he calls a shipping company, so this one wasn't fake.
Oh, then it can't be fake.
He didn't call salespeople. He called a shipping company. So
There's two things that are going on. They will play old phone calls, make believe they just did it when they were legal, or they're brand new and it's all fake.
I mean, this one seems new, so they're probably...
let's find out.
Yeah, I have a special package that I need to get shipped to a friend very fast.
Oh, no.
So I called a company.
That's very funny.
That's Monkey Boy.
Yeah, but that doesn't make sense yet because we don't know why he's shipping it fast. Obviously, some kind of...
No, Monkey Boy is their producer. Name's Monkey Boy.
So he would pull what was funny about I have a package to ship to a friend?
I don't know, because there was no reveal why that would be funny.
Shipped to my friend. Maybe his choppers came popping out right then, and they all started laughing at him. His choppers.
Yes, he has to chew Frida. That's what he's always going. They catch him around going, and they're like, "What are you humming?" And he goes, "Feel free to chew Frida." The commercial, Frida gum was horrendous.
Freedent. Didn't stick to your choppers.
Yeah, Freedent. He's gonna try to chew a piece of Hubba Bubba.
You want a piece of Freedent? Nah, I'm having fucking Hubba Bubba. Look, big fucking chunk of gum.
That's how he gives himself away when he's on a date with a younger chick who's a fan of the show.
Oh.
I have a piece of Freedent.
Freedent? Why would I? No, I have Hubba Bubba. You want a piece?
Oh, that could be a problem.
He just holds it in his mouth and hopes like he can just suck the taste of it because his breath stinks like fucking denture juice, coffee and denture juice.
Old denture juice that's just building up in his mouth.
And he takes a good bite of the Hubba Bubba, and he gets so caught up his teeth just lock up.
No, this is delicious.
Just like Michael the Godfather.
Yeah, he feels that the Hubba Bubba is stickier than the denture cream, and he knows if he opens his mouth, that plate's coming down.
Or both teeth are going to be like either hanging from the top or stuck to the bottom.
He'll start eating over the top of 2 sets of teeth.
He'll be mashing it between his gum and the fucking top of the fake teeth. His palate.
The roof of his mouth.
Roof of his mouth and the top of the fucking...
Don't mind me, there's a little birth defect.
Yeah.
I'm really a young man.
Yeah, his teeth are just mocking him, steadily unmoving.
It just squished Hubba Bubba coming out.
Yeah, it looks like the way a body looks after a train is running over. Or like your ball skin would look through the zipper. That's how Hubba Bubba looks coming between his stupid coffee-stained teeth.
His denture juice.
His breath smells like denture juice.
Let's go to Gerald. Gerald.
Gerald.
I don't know what I'm trying to say there. I'm still laughing at denture juice.
Hey,
fancy man.
Yes.
Scott sounds a lot like Spock. It should be Spock and Todd show.
Everybody sounds like this when they're talking over their denture.
I think they want.
I think been and always will be your friend, Captain. Jim. Where are they going to come flying out of his maw?
God, that was a good movie.
Oh, you gotta love that one.
Let's go to the phone scam. Find out why he's got to ship a package so goddamn fast.
Love to laugh.
Yeah, I have a special package that I need to get shipped to a friend very fast.
Oh no!
So I call the company's main office. Is
Why such
trouble one of
merriment?
their drop-off locations. So this is overnight head.
Like Press, Maurice Dusty, help you.
Yeah, maybe you can help me out. I got kind of a problem.
Certainly.
I was just in one of your stores in Manhattan, and I was trying to ship something, and your people give me a lot of grief. They said I got to call you up.
What are you shipping?
It's a human head.
Is this? Hold on.
A
2
human?
seconds. Yeah. How much older is this? You hear he's like,
Yeah, so I called us this place to ship something, and they're just we're going to ship it.
Is this replaying an old call, you think?
And then
No,
if
this is Todd doing the call.
Oh, okay. Because I was going to say, then it goes, "Hey, how you doing?" No, my team is fine.
Otherwise, that's a dead giveaway.
Oh,
right? But
okay.
this is. I mean, Todd is the real sort of prankster and humorous one.
Oh, that's Todd.
He's the crazy one.
Shipping a human
But
head.
I like the fact he goes right for it. Like there's no beating around the bush.
No,
A little lead up.
Yeah. What do you? Hey, I have to send something. What do you have? Box of cunts. Joke's over, idiots.
Yeah, have a good day.
They said I got to call you up.
What are you shipping?
It's a human head
A human head?
from New York to California, and they say I can't do it.
No, we don't take body parts, sir.
You what?
We don't take body parts through our service.
Well, see, I sent a toe before.
Well, did they know what it was? I mean, we just don't take body parts, sir. I mean, I think you're going to have a problem.
Is Stalker Patty two-timing us?
Yeah.
Sounds like
I think you're going to have a problem.
No, Stalker Pay doesn't work in
You
shipping.
want some coffee?
I want to ship a head. Well, we don't take body parts. No, it talks.
You're going to ship my head over there with the dentures and everything.
The dentures.
Dentures.
I hope he gets like he falls down and he's disoriented and he falls out of his mouth in front of his date and he puts him in backwards like when Tyson put his mouthpiece in backwards when he got knocked down. Wow, what's wrong, lady? You're 24. You're perfect for me. A young demographic.
Oh, shit.
My dentures fell out into a pile of manure. I was in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, and a large Negro punched me in the back of the head, and my dentures fell out. It's just some manure. I had to pick my dentures up and put them in my pocket.
Holy shit.
I had to wipe manure off with my hanky.
My hanky. He's got a hanky.
I had to pull. It was a wedding. I had to pull out the top of my tuxedo jacket.
Well, I sent a toe to Georgia, and I also sent a nose.
Let me see. Let me put you through to our other department. Hold on, please.
Okay.
Get the head department.
Nose
Customer service representatives will take your call as soon as possible.
Sir, is this medical research or
Oh, no.
Oh, God. What's it for?
For my friend, so we can have a look-see at it.
Hold on, please.
All right.
Let me get back to you. You got her stumped.
To think for a minute.
Thanks for holding, sir. I just checked in Memphis, and I'm sorry we will not take that for you. We do not ship.
Hey, now, DHL pulled the same on me.
Well, I'm sorry, sir.
One of their drivers flipped me off one time. I yanked all my business from them. Their stock hit the skids. Now, what am I going to do? It's going to decay.
Unfortunately, that's your problem.
It'll be all smashed and cracked if I got to keep it out for a week. It's in a jar.
Right.
It's not just a head. I'm not trying to cram it in an envelope.
Mm-hmm. No, I understand, sir, but they said they will not take it because I checked with Memphis. The only thing they'll do it is for medical research going to a medical location.
I want my friend to get a look-see at it.
Try another service, sir. Thank you.
Wait, don't hang up. You're on WPLJ and you've been phone scammed. How do you feel?
Wonderful.
I feel great. Sounded wonderful, didn't she?
It was funny to her later.
All right, it was a real phone call.
Definitely a real phone call.
Here's the deal. Thank you, Mike, in Minnesota. I moved from New York over 11 years ago, and I heard this call long before I left.
Oh, my goodness.
So it's when you could still do prank phone calls.
Right.
Well, let me ask, what was the noise they played? What's that at the end, Sam?
Yes, for years, this has been the song that they play right after the phone scam.
That sounds like him trying to talk without his teeth in.
I knew you were going somewhere with that.
Comes out like a couple of a
I think that was a Dr. Demento classic. I think Dr. Demento found that fucking thing.
I believe it's Scott and Todd's.
Is it? Maybe they redid it or something.
By the way, Todd's New York accent is a put on as well.
Oh, I know. Todd's not from New York.
He puts on this accent, but when he's on television, he has no accent whatsoever.
Oh, yeah.
Well, he's got to go for the Midwest when he's on TV, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Scott. I'll tell you the time I got punched in the teeth. Black man knocked my teeth out outside of the Medgar trial.
Very good.
Side of my lip.
Very good, Sam. Scott and Todd.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
So finish up Jocktober for today.
Another year gone by, and that's what Scott and Todd have going on.
Thank God.
Every year they don't disappoint.
No shit.
Oh, I mean they disappoint every day.
And finally, we got one news story that's worth playing today. Listen to this, dummy.
Latest developments on a hit and run. A man is accused of hitting 3 people on 95, then speeding off with one of them stuck in the windshield.
Exclusive eyewitness news video shows the cracked, bloody windshield that impaled a hit-and-run victim on the highway early Sunday morning. 20-year-old Jose Flores of Central Falls was in the left brake...
Did he say from Central Balls?
It sounded like Central Balls. Central Balls, but it did sound like balls.
It sounded like Central Balls.
Sunday morning. 20-year-old Jose Flores of Central Falls was in the left breakdown lane of 95 South when this black Honda Civic struck him and his passenger before taking off. Eyewitness Albert Garcia followed the Civic off the highway and down Branch Avenue, not even realizing Flores was stuck to the windshield during the nearly 2-mile chase. Swierodowski ran from the scene, but police later tracked him down at his Lynch Street home, hiding in a closet. There were already 2 active warrants out for his arrest, and now the Providence man faces a slew of new charges. Garcia tells us he's glad he followed the car, but says it will be tough to get the image of Flores out of his mind.
The only thing was moving was his head, and the wiper looked like it crossed his body. You know what I mean? Like it stabbed his body. So he didn't. He was holding it, though.
So the guy's dead, obviously.
He was holding it, though.
No.
What was the story about the homeless guy who got hit by that woman and got stuck in her windshield, and she took it into her garage, and he was begging her to let him out?
Yeah, for a couple days or something.
And he lived, though, right?
Yeah, that was a
Did he live or die?
I think he ended up...
man. It was a movie, right?
I think he had to have lived, or how would we know he was begging for his life?
She might have said it, or her husband might have. I don't know.
Well, this guy,
Dan?
This guy isn't dead yet, but he is in serious condition.
But the, what was with that homeless guy? I think
That was an old story. I can't remember that.
Yeah. Remember the moose?
I'm
not dead yet.
The moose is the best.
The moose.
I think we gave that moose a good teasing.
Yes, we did. We gave him a fine ribbing.
Maybe we could play that at 11 o'clock for the Peoples, because that was really, really funny.
Yeah, the moose.
I vaguely remember that story. Making fun of the moose shitting or something.
We could do it after the break, because we're done.
I have to plug real quick, if I could.
Jimmy.
November 25th, Stress Factory, New Brunswick. One night only, night before Thanksgiving, or as I call it, Turkey Day. And I'll be doing after every joke, I'm going to go like, it's good to be back. I'm going to have little turkey feathers on.
Oh, good gosh.
And January 15, 16, Martin Luther King birthday weekend, I'll be at the Borgata in Atlantic City.
Ooh, lovely.
Yes, I do it every year that weekend. Friday and Saturday only this year.
I have the Brother Joe plug. For 2U. Yes, 2U. Playing all the best U2 songs. He's going to do a 2.5-hour show on Saturday, October 31st. That's a Halloweeny show with 2U at the State Theater in Falls Church, Virginia. It's Virginia. Go to notu2.com for ticket info. notu2.com.
Very good.
There you go.
All right, with that, we'll see you guys tomorrow.
Yes.
Hopefully the moose story next after the break.
Moose.
Before
Did he
Ron
live
and
or
Fez,
die?
if we have time. I don't know. We'll find out.
Oh, he lived.